As this room fill up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit the like button, share this content, let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Come on, Cowboy Nation. And that's including beyond the ice wall. I'm going to tell y'all this. The truth takes its time to travel around the world, while the lie is the first one to put it out. Come on. Yup. Come on with it. They really say ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation's groove? From my studios to yours. Come on with it. Stand tall or not at all, baby. The truth and the truth will set you free. Come on with it. Mama said there'll be days literally just like this. And write this down. One thing we all adore. Something worth dying for. There's nothing but pain. We stuck in this game, searching for fortune and fame. There's some people that will lie to kick it. They will try to get in front of things with the absolute lie. But I come here to tell y'all the truth. And the truth will always set me free, because not everybody's lying. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What more do you want? Be Spartans!
For glory. All right. So I don't like what I'm hearing, but I could see. My resume speaks for itself on the things that I was able to do to help elevate and get things going in the right direction. There will always be people that will hijack a situation, and it never been me on these type of platforms. But I got to say this one thing for sure, two things for certain. My name is my name. And watch how people will work with you. Ask the person that's saying those things, who are they working with, and who is the first person that integrated or put in on that person's particular platform. But neither here nor there. I'm not finna get messy. I'm not finna get crazy. I just want to be able to tell y'all the truth, and research gang is going to be crazy, ladies and gentlemen. All right, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the globe, the dog that get hit with the brick will always yelp, and the people that's in the circumstances that they are in is because of their own undoing. Here's my thoughts on everything. I don't like it, and I'm going to tell y'all. James Brown, appreciate you. Let me give a shout out to everybody. And put a 4 in the chat if the audio is straight. I wonder where that come from. Put a 4 in the chat if the audio is straight. Come on, man. Look, at the end of the day, I want everybody to be here to listen to what I have to say. And we're going to continue. We're going to continue to elevate and get things going the best way possible. You know, here's the other side of it, basically. Not the tariff. All right. Yeah, appreciate y'all. Let the room fill up. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to you, Lance. Shout out to you, Adrian. Shout out to you, Jay Fuller. Shout out to you, Clark. Appreciate you for jumping in. Yes, indeed. Crow, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. And we will
Dread it.
or run from it. But destiny arrives all the same. Now, with that being said, this is crazy. This is crazy. The mock draft that we talked about earlier today, bear with me while I pull this up, because it's always intriguing to know how things can roll in a different direction as it relates to such, right? And one thing I can tell you as a man with full hair on my face, we don't have time to deal with women intuitions and being messy to a degree. But I can tell y'all this right here as a man. I always tell people as a man, if there's one thing a man should always do, is mainly to himself stay true. Never allow someone to change your point of view unless what they bring makes sense to you. Never judge a man by sight alone, nor by the height he has grown. And when speaking, keep it at a moderate tone, because raised voices only turn those hearts into stone. You see, now with that being said, the countenance and the understanding of Law Nation, you guys been rocking with me for a long time, not a short time. So y'all know how I'm about to get gritty with this thing. And at the end of the day, let the dog they get hit with the brick yelp. And that's just the reality of it. Let the room fill up a little bit more. Appreciate everybody for jumping in and being part of this conversation that rules the nation. All right. So with that being said, let's get to the meat and potatoes of the draft aspect of it. There was a post, the mock draft by Blogging the Boys, and James Brown says, "Who's talking crazy so I can unfollow them?" You know, oh, we gonna get to it. Yeah. And we going to get right to it, because at the end of the day, I don't like to be grouped in and lumped in on the backs of I got verifiable information that I done helped out so many people is longer than Jay Leno's chin. And I'm not here for seeking any validation, because validation is only good for parking, baby. It's only good for parking. That's what it is. But, you know, not to stray away from the conversation, because I want to keep this Cowboys centric. Yes, indeed. And I can't tell y'all what to do, but all I can do is tell y'all that at the end of the day, not everybody's lying. At the end of the day, not everybody's lying. And I know, God know, and I got a few people that was in on a few meetings that they know, and we're going to have them to call in so that they can tell the truth. And the truth shall set you free. Come on with it. All right. So with that being said, Will Johnson with the Cowboys mock draft from Blogging the Board. Shout out to Blogging the Board. Shout out to my guy, RJ. He states here, the Cowboys selected Will Johnson. Now, granted, there will be some movement of furniture. And on top of that, there will be people that will say,
"Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me?"
Yes, indeed. But with that being said, he's by far one of our pure and best cornerbacks out of this draft. Man, it's longer than yeah, Jay Leno like, "Hey man, oh man, Lawrence using me, man. Oh my God, man. Oh no, man. Don't get mad, Jay Leno, you know." Don't get mad at all, because at the end of the day, you know your chin is long. Come on with it. Yeah. Let me know if I'm lying. Yo. Ooh, wait. Pull a string and I wink at you. You know? Oh my goodness. All right, so I know what y'all really want to talk about, but I got to get this Cowboy stuff up out first, and then we can talk about the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about the other stuff. But with that being said, Will Johnson is a guy that's by far probably one of your better DBs up out of here, right? And on top of that, at the end of the day, he's good at zone. When you look at his tape, remove the injury from what he had last season, he'll be by far one of the better DBs that you can pick up out of this draft, right? And then you got to understand that you got bone to bone. You got bone to bone with that particular situation. Oh, shout out to you, Blue Virus. He brought really, no, toxic tongue. I know it's Michigan, you know. Hey, we're going to get one of your Penn State guys, hopefully. You know, I got memory like an elephant, too, by the way. Jay Higgins, Iowa State, after missing out on the first round wide receiver, the Cowboys addressed picking up Higgins. I would say this, the 1-2 combination picks One being that you have a Will Johnson, the other one being that, okay, now you have a Jaden Higgins. I'm not mad at it. Where my running back at? I'm looking for my running back.
Jesus, this is your humble servant, Lord. There's clearly been a miscommunication, Jesus.
All right, and then they go with Jordan Birch. With that being said, that is the situation and scenario that we know we love edge rushers. It's the premium side of it, right? And keep in mind, write this down. Write this down. Keep this in mind. Write this down. There will be some news on draft day with Micah Parsons and Jerry Wayne and things. That's all I was saying, you know. Yes, indeed. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it is for what it is. Get swallowed up.
Swallowed up.
No doubt. With that being said, appreciate everybody for jumping in. All right, the next person that's on this list is Luke, not Keekley, but is Kendra, and that is the thing. What we got here, we got our first super chat. My guy, is it a Mississippi State guy? Sanjay, what's good with you, man? Appreciate you. Good afternoon, Anthony. But let this super chat go through. Rookie cornerback is going to struggle no matter the round. Go get a veteran instead. BPA would be running back, wide receiver, offensive line. He states BPA would be running back, wide receiver, offensive line. You're right. All rookie DBs. And, you know, granted, the Eagles, Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, both of those boys played pretty good for the Eagles last season. And your best front seven will always help out your DBs. Your best front seven will always help out your DBs. You know. Yeah, Jay Worthy says, you know, we rule the headlines. We do. Here's my thoughts on this, and you got to plan you got to plan ahead, you know, and if you don't, you'll be forever spinning like a truck in mud when it's slippery, right? My guy Foot's got a good little post right here, but hold on with it. Let me slide down to right here. When you start talking about planning ahead appropriately, my guy DMV says $199 USD. Appreciate your team RB, baby. DMV, before I go into this other topic line, what's your thoughts on Taj Brooks that the Cowboys didn't draft a running back in the first, second, third, fourth, nor the first, fifth, but they drafted Taj Brooks with our second, fifth round draft pick with the 174th pick. And in the last two seasons, if you look up Brooks' tape, you can see, okay, he's a power runner. He runs up high. He's not a blazer, but he got short area quickness. He can get inside of his steps, and then he shoots through whether it's an A gap or a B gap to get upfield. Here's my thoughts on this, ladies and gentlemen. If this the deepest running back class going into the 2025 draft season, why, and I mean just that, why will we wait on the back end to grab a running back? Why would we do that? You know, and the mystery would be, okay, we going to have to do running back by committee if we do such. Granted, Pacheco, for what he did for the Chiefs, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's good. But at the end of the day, we need more. Let this super chat read.
Mr. Soulful $5. Law, what would you do if Donovan Azaruaku from Syracuse drops to you in the second? Edge rusher is a major need to me. He is a top 20 talent to me.
DMV George said he got a 5th round grade on him. I like it, but I don't love it. I want a running back situation. You want a running back solution. Just like Mr. Soulful, appreciate you so much for your support, your love, and adulation for the nation. When you do that, it's all about living. Mm-hmm. It's all about living, you know. Let me ask y'all in the chat. Got another super chat. How about our dual Carter thinking outside of the box? Yeah, he gonna be long gone, you know. All right, so what is more important? Food or water? What is more important, Cowboy Nation that's in the chat? Food or water? How many days you can go without food? How many days you can go without water? Oh, I'm testing y'all minds here, baby. What is more important, food or water? And I'm going to break this down. Food or water? Yeah, water. How many days you can go without food? And how many days you can go? Come on, Taylor. Hey, man. Oh, my goodness. Clean water at that. Don't be drinking no seawater now. Don't be over there at the beach talking about, I'm going to give me some water so I can live. 3 days without water, 7 days, 40 days without food almost. How many days? 3 weeks? Oh, my God, got it. 3 weeks without food, 3 days without water. Is that accurate, my God, Toxic Tom? Because I know you got some military background, you know. Yeah. You die faster without water. Come on. Woo! Ooh, buddy. All right, so how many games can you go without Bland? Because if you go into this draft, right, and if Bland scrape a knee, hit his pinky toe, fall and chip his tooth, and now he can't be out there, and you got Josh Butler and let's say a Kyer Elam, how many games you think you can go with it, you know? Because at the end of the day, we got to leverage this, right? I think that DBs will be more of a water thing because we can't go long with that. You know what I'm saying? All right. You know, because at the end of the day, we are more razor blade thin at DB versus any other spot on this team. Right. So when we start talking about edge rushers, my guy, for the super chat, we got plenty. We got plenty of guys that can fill in on the edge. We got Parsons, a Marshawn Nealon, a Fowler, right? Oh, excuse me. We got Tyrese Wheat, not Thins. You know, we also got Sam Williams. We got a list of guys that we can survive with edge rushers on us not going into this particular draft of getting edge rusher. And that's the whole point of how many days we can go without water, even if it is on the offensive line. We got one glaring big hole on that O-line, and that is right at right guard, right? We don't know if Brock Hoffman is going to be able to be sustainable enough to get that, right? Environmentals do play a major factor too, and it's hot in doggone, it's hot in the air as it relates to the Cowboys front five, right? Somebody would say interior offensive line is like water. Woo. What's the difference between quality versus quantity? What's the difference between quality versus quantity? We can all say that we have about 15 offensive linemen right now, right? And if we go into this draft, if we double up, just like this mock draft is pretty much saying, we have about 17 offensive linemen. And if we go into this, the undrafted guys, y'all know how that goes. The undrafted guys would be a situation and scenario that they still should pick up another offensive lineman, right? So this will be the first team, and I believe in NFL history, that's going to have anywhere between 18 to 19 offensive linemen. I think that the offensive line, we can survive a few days without going with the purpose of skipping out on another offensive lineman, right? The wide receiver room. How many days or how many games will we be able to survive if, and I'm knocking on some good old wood here. I don't even want to use this as an example, but I got to, right? Jeez, I got to. How many days will we go and survive without CeeDee Lamb at that wide receiver room? Who is comfortable right now with Jalen Tolbert, Mingo, and Jalen Brooks as your 3 starter wide receivers? Who's comfortable, right? And you can play this game with pretty much all of the NFL teams, right? But how many days would you go? How many games? 0. Everyone said, I'm starving, boy. We got no water, and we in the Sahara Cowboys. We in the desert of it all. Come on. Yeah, trade down, pick up 2 extra wide receivers. Yeah. I would say running back can improve the whole team, whereas cornerbacks only improve a position on the team. Here's the thing, though. A running back can hit a hole and give you 5 or 6 yards. A terrible DB can slip and fall, and it's 7 points the other way. If you think I'm lying, look up Andre Booth when he's out there on the field. It's only so much schemes and schematics that you can do to help that part out. And I'm telling y'all right now, at the end of the day, it's crazy. Shout out to CFT. Appreciate you for jumping in. So instant fatality. This is my guy, Toxic Tom. So what we trying to do is get at what we need for everything to work and go along to keep everything going. Look, everybody, right? It will be literally us doing the panic button if you don't have a wide receiver outside of CeeDee Lamb, and all of a sudden CeeDee Lamb gets all crazy, and it will be pressing of the panic button. I'm not trying to go there for the 2025 season, right? So that's how I look at it. How can we survive without food and water? And I think that if we look at this draft openly, we'll be able to do such. Now, there's always a financial side of it, right? And I want to chime in to this right here, and I'm not pumping up or bloviating and speaking glowingly of this organization, but they get it. They moving in a way whereas they're not looking for the excuses to be knocking at the door when it's time to pay dirt, right? Pro Bowl center Cam Jurgens and the Eagles reached an agreement today, a 4-year, $68 million extension, which includes a $39.4 million guaranteed. Now, what this does is it removes them going back and forth of talking about what we need to do with this money. How can we accurately move this money to that side? And they can go back into making sure that they bring in more and more pieces, more and more weapons to them. And that's the Philadelphia Eagles. I can't stand them, but this just happened all just like that. Literally, out of the nights that cover me, black as a pit from pole to pole, at the end of the day, that's crazy, right? And, when it's the Cowboys' time to do these type of movements, everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac, and Biggie climbing out of the grave got to talk about this, right? And at the end of the day, it is crazy, magnificent mullet, Hey, jeez. But I want to pull this up because my guy, Foots the King, already on it. Man, my goodness. He says Cooper Beebe. This was his rookie year. But first, before we go into this, he got the side-by-side analysis, and I didn't know that he used Pro Football Focus's grades or what have you. But trust and believe, if you want to use grades, I'm not a grade guy. I want to go by the tangible things. But he had a 56.5 grade in pass blocking, overall 67.1, run blocking 68.5. All right. So if we switch over in literally every single or majority of most categories, Oh my goodness, I'm about to say Brock Hoffman, but Cooper Beebe is better. And this is rookie year. You know. So what I can tell y'all, I'm not saying that the Cowboys should pick up the phone and say, hey, Cooper Beebe, I know you was a rookie last year. Let's go ahead and sign you to a $68 million contract. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm getting at is that if Cooper Beebe continue to move forward, and if those are the lines in the sand of where that money is going, you got to figure out to get in front of these contracts. And the other person that we got to get in front of will be no other than Tyler Smith. You got to get in front of those particular contracts, ladies and gentlemen. Don't trust grades, but help Saquon Barkley get 2K.
Swallow that.
Hey, Sanjay, you didn't have to beat me down like that, man. God, no, boy, yeah, you killed me with that one.
Y'all killing me with this.
All right. Yeah, he is 335. That is a massive size for Cooper Beebe. Yeah, 6'4", 335. And everybody we picked up so far, like Sadiq Charles and a few other characters that we picked up, Hakeem, all of those boys, Robert Jones, all of those boys have size, right? So Brock Hoffman looking at it like, man, I got to eat my Wheaties and stuff to get in. Yeah, right. Yeah, Guyton and Mozzie got to lean forward this season. Guyton is on a better pathway than what he was the previous year, right? And I will tell you guys that, yeah, money is coming for Verdi. Money is coming for BB. He don't have to search for it. It's going to be here. And speaking of being here, ladies and gentlemen, there are situations and scenarios that when we look at everything, I want what's best for the entirety of the league, as far as the Cowboys, for us to make sure that we are making the right presentations of everything. Send that fifth to Ramsey. Size didn't help. My guy Sanjay, why you gonna have to beat up Mozzie, man? Why are you beating up Mozzie, bro? He said size didn't help Mozzie. You know what we have issue with Mozzie is we have an issue with Mozzie based off of his get off, his pad levels. I think for sure he is strong. I know for sure he is strong. I know for sure he wants to improve. He wants to be better. And at the end of the day, when you look at everything, the slowest get off on this team could very much so be a Mozzie. I think that with Mozzie, with his strength and with his size and with his skill set, that he would be a great rotational piece for us. I think that with everything that we add to the table, if you can get a heavy usage level of Mozzie in the third quarter, fourth quarter, it'll pay dividends, but you need for someone to lengthen. We need someone to lengthen that. Yes, indeed. Unlucky. Yeah, law, mother. Yes. And I know where that's coming from. Because at the end of the day, we're going to get things going the best way possible. Ooh-wee. Law, mother, effing nation. That's who I am at the end of the day. Angie, ain't messing with you. Shout out to you, Jay. You got to have the size. But before, since we got about 300 people in here, can y'all all do me a huge favor? Hit that like button and share this content so that we can get things going. And I want to do a quick mock draft with you guys. But I do have this right here, John Paris, a draft sleeper from My guy DMV George. Come on with it.
An absolute sleeper in this NFL draft process in 2025. Transfer from William and Mary, where he had 18 sacks in 2 years and was voted FBS All American. Transferred to Wisconsin, where he accumulated for 2.5 sacks, 3.5 tackles for loss, dealt with some injuries, but this guy right here has the athleticism, the will, and the hustle to be a great addition to an NFL team. If I was a scout and I was looking for a pass rusher late to add to my roster, I would look no further than John Pius. I believe from knowing him, knowing the hard worker that he is, he's going to be a guy that's going to make an impact for whatever roster he's on.
Good observation from DMV. Appreciate you, man. One of the sole reasons of my channel is to make sure that everyone and anyone have the ability to, whether they're large or small, have the ability to share their content, right? One of the things that I do have is the ability to also help others out. And by doing that, sometimes things be a situation whereas cross promotion is a real major thing, right? And bar credibility is everything as well because of the voice and the voices that we are able to exhibit and exude here. On this platform alone, we did about 19 million 19 million views on Instagram. And this is not me walking out saying these are the things I've done. No, but these are individuals that really cherish and want to have fun and be able to get their voice out and being the voice of the voiceless. I have the IBF champ, Sharetta Metcalf. She's going to be at the draft party. We're having a draft party in Arlington as a live footage, live show, and it's going to be one of the better parties out there. Now, there will be many other parties, granted. I want you guys to make sure that we are part of the DCU. That's the Dallas Cowboys University. Universe, I'm saying university. Universe, we will also be there on draft night. Also, there will be others like the Cowboys.com. We will be there. Also, there will be AOC and Ray Ray. I want you guys to support them and be there. Now, granted, I think that as a man, you should always address things individually. But since AOC got a little bit in his feelings and put it out there so the world can see, we had about 6 people in that meeting. There will be some that will call in to hear them out because there's always multiple sides of the story. Now, there's his story, my story, and the truth, right? And the truth shall always set you free. And as a man, I don't think that I should bring the owner into the building because it was his decision to not move forward with AOC based off of his energy in the meeting. The same way he spazzes out when we're live, he spazzes out in the meeting. Lines got crossed, and the energy of AOC is what he didn't want in his facility. So we moved forward without him. Now, granted, he's crying and saying that I did something to him and I didn't do a thing to him. But neither here nor there, Cowboy Nation, if you are in Dallas, still support AOC, still support Voch Lombardi, still support Skywalker Steel, still find ways to support Boss Cowboy Sports, CFT, Tuck. But under any account, if y'all feel as if though I'm not authentic and if I'm not real, then don't support me. Don't try to push yourself in my area. But ask AOC when we went and did the Tad Prescott deal and when we did everything with Terrence Parsons, who took care of that bill, right? Ask Ray Ray that. Ask anybody who's been in my presence when I go places, do they have to reach into their pockets? Do they have to do anything as relates to remunerations when I'm in the presence? Ask anybody who ever seen me or even walked in rooms with me on how many times that I've been in a person to exceed and go beyond my way to make sure that they can get in VIP personally themselves. You know what I'm saying? So never allow a person that got real sensitive feelings and goes out to the public to be the first one to cry victim. Don't do that, ladies and gentlemen. Don't do that. Because as a man, as I told him, I'm Law MNF Nation. You know what I'm saying? Don't doubt what I do, because he felt as if though when we was inviting everyone to these cross promotions that he said that he don't want anybody on his platform, right? But I was telling him that she's the IBF champ and she's a diehard Cowboy fan. She have a right to come up on the stage because the draft session is a long one. So at the end of the day, it is for what it is. But ask me who is able to give people who never been to a football game tickets to the football game. Ask people who was broke, busted, and disgusted, and I gave them countless times of money out of my pocket and never said one word of it, right? So at the end of the day, all I'm here is for everybody that reached out to me and said, Law, don't work with this individual. He's cancer. He's a grifter. Law, don't hang around with this person. He's bringing down your energy. And I did it anyway. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, all I can do is I'm going to dust my feet off and I'm going to exercise in Exodus 14:14. And y'all look that scripture up. And that's how I'm going to work this thing. Because the whole conversation, he had no business telling what we had going on to the world. Because we did two shows after that was all said and done on the Cowboys Collective. So I stand on business, whether y'all see me here or in person, even at federal, anywhere that I go, I'm still me. So at the end of the day, it is for what it is. But let those, you know what I'm saying, have vision and ears, see what you see, walk in the authority where you walk in, and everything will work its way out, because there's two most important days of your life. And hear me out and write this down for those who don't know. The day you was born and the day you realize your purpose. And as long as you operating in your purpose, nothing, no weapons formed against you shall prosper, no matter who get hit with the brick of truth and all of a sudden start yelping and talking ill wills about you. Come on with it. So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, here's my God honest truth. I want everybody that's under the sound of my voice to be better than me. I want you guys, if it's your goal to have 1 million subscribers, I want you to have that. But I know when I'm dead, done, and I'm in that dirt, that my offsprings, oh my goodness, turn to Proverbs 13:22. All of that is taken care of for them. You see what I'm saying? Because that's my pretty much journey in life. They don't have to lift a fork or a spoon, because I made it sure that myself is very secure for my offspring. So let's go, Cowboy Nation, and anyone that's listening with this. And if you have to refute the truth, then that's on you. But just look back. Just look back at the things I've done. Yes, indeed. It's crazy. I always say this. I always say, don't shake me with a butter knife. And that was very much so a butter knife today, And at the end of the day, let the truth and the truth shall set you free. With that being said, I really appreciate y'all so much. And speaking of that, if you driving and you going about your way in the craziest of the craziest type of way, and somebody pull around and swerve, and they play that song, Swerve on a Whoa, Whoa, oh my God, and they T-ball you, let me tell y'all who y'all need to reach out for.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first. Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
No doubt, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the world and the globe, we do have Frenkel and Frenkel personal injury lawyers that will take great care of you. 214 or 817. All of the threes you can dial. That's Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. Please reach out to our team of expert lawyers. They are located here in the heart of Dallas. Dallas get about 9,000 individuals a month to move here. But you need somebody that can guide you and get you in the right direction. Why not? Reach out to Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. If you can't dial that number, visit frankelfirm.com, baby. Come on. They're like 100 grand. 657-390-7391. And as we get this thing going, let's go, Cowboy Nation. And on top of that, let me hold on. 657. 390. Let me put it in the chat. Hold on, bear with me. 7391. Come on with it. Come on. Ball. Come on. Down to fall with me. Come on with it. Yeah. Hit my line. Come on with it. Let's get it. All right. Wait for this room to fill up. Come on with it. Yeah. From the 903. You're live. Break it down for me.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I just wanted to come on here just to say my experience with AOC. I have not known him for a while. We were coming together to have a draft party in which he wanted to include his live stream, in which was fine. But when he decided that he was bigger than the program and wanting to charge people hundreds of dollars because he didn't want the guests that you were having on his platform. Now, one thing about it is, what I have grown to understand, when we're all coming together as a team, we all need to be on one accord. Right. Now, when we were all on one accord, and then we came and he decided that he wanted to change up everything. He didn't want to have any special guests. He said that they were not Cowboy fans. He says from a content creator standpoint that nobody wants to see on my live any of these other people because they don't know who the people are. And I said, okay, well, it's not about just the Cowboys. Regardless, if your content people don't know these people, it is just an experience. When people want to look on live, they want to see an experience. They want to see people in the crowd having drinks, having a good conversation, seeing people smoke hookah, just to have a good time, to say, hey, the next time that we want to have a draft party, we need to pull up to Law's live show. That's it. It's not about who knows who and who can do what for who, because we can all use but not misuse each other. And I did not feel that AOC had that type of energy that he wanted to be as a team. He was only thinking about himself and how it can make him look good, and how his I guess fans or whoever on his YouTube is saying that's not how it's supposed to be. But my thing is, it's not about what you feel, okay? It's that all of us coming together, we're going to do a live show. We already can't stream the draft, but this is just going to be for an experience. People can come out, we can have good drinks, we can listen to good music, we can have a little sports question trivia, something like that. That's all it was supposed to be. But when you decided to bring a dollar amount, when you're saying that you don't want people to anybody in your stream that they have to pay over $100, absolutely not. Now you're taking you're putting yourself into it, and that is not what we agreed on. We need to agree on the people and to have a good experience so the people can remember, and we can do this year after year. My thing is, if you're not about that, then go do it on your own. If that's what you decided to do, if you don't want to include anyone, if it just wants to be about you, then you need to do it on your own. Like he said that he's a businessman. He said that he's a businessman, and this isn't things that we should be doing on a business perspective. Well, as a businessman, you raising your voice and saying that you want to sue someone isn't a business move to me. Right. You saying that you don't want to charge anyone starting out $10, but then you go up to $100. Well, that's not a suffice business move to me, because anybody can go and watch the damn draft. You can go up to Texas Live. You can go to Buffalo Wild Wings. They ain't charging nobody no $100 to come and watch the damn free draft.
No doubt. So KC, you was in the meeting when we had with the owner. And
absolutely.
All I want to say is that the energy was off, and I hate this side of things because my name is my name, right? And I was never going to address this publicly, but since he on his live feed saying that you get a chance to hang around with someone, and now you get a chance to see person for who they are, I've been the same. At the end of the day, I the one put money in their pocket, even with the discourse. Believe it or not, I got cash receipts on the fact that I said, hey, due to the temperament and the energy of the meeting, you see what I'm saying, with the owner, he decided not to move forward with AOC, but still want to do things with me. And he gave me the venue house free. You see what I'm saying? So I don't have to reach in my pocket at all. So this is not a money grab, ladies and gentlemen. On top of that, not to put this out there, but you can also see that I paid Ray for the flyers he made that I'm not even going to use. And I even thrown in AOC some love on payment too. You know what I'm saying? Just for the inconveniency. So if I was a shrewd guy, if I was a person that stabbed people in the back, I wouldn't have paid none of those boys for their time. I wouldn't have paid none of their boys for their food when the last time we went out. And I wouldn't have been able to even introduce them to the other angles that I bring to the table. So it's always, and I ain't going to dox them, but I got and I'm talking about a whole text line of us going back and forth about this. And he literally said, Law, if you planning on having an event there, while I broadcast this on my platform, right, using my likeness and using my image, you're going to see me. Like, I'm not Law Nation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you telling me you're going to see me. Well, I'm ready for it. But at the end of the day, the event, no, not one monkey going to stop no show. It's still going to be there. But I still want y'all to tap into AOC. But if y'all feeling that type of way towards me, because I can deal with a lot of folks, and y'all know I can. But if the owner said that he no longer wants him in the building, I can't supersede the owner. I'm not finna go pick up elsewhere and move things elsewhere because of his feelings about not being able to have certain people on his platform. He don't want George Teague on his platform, right? He don't want, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So you bigger than the program now. It's crazy. I can't make this stuff up. But go ahead.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. This is Maisha. Good morning. I was also in the meeting. This is not a team up, tag team, none of that. I hate that it had to come to the internet or to the world. I am the PR, so it's a lot to deal with. And prior to all of this, we were informed to do business with him. But being the person that Law is, he went forward with it. And I guess this is the outcome. So based on that, we just have to move forward. No bad, nothing personal.
Right, nothing personal. That's business.
I don't want nobody. Please don't take anything personal. This is just business. Like he said, he's a businessman, so we're gonna conduct things like business. Nothing personal.
Right.
And that's just the end of it. I hate that you have to explain yourself. You really shouldn't have to explain yourself. It's just getting to the point where it's really unnecessary. Can you just move forward? I would love for you to continue with your live and just be positive. Jesus resurrected the other day, and everybody over here What? Can we just all get along?
Can we all just get along? Yeah.
Can we just all get along? Look, I'm not even a Cowboy fan, but I love the Cowboys.
Yeah.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get it.
You know, take some more calls. Let's get back to the real business, okay?
Yeah, the real business side of it. Appreciate
Everybody
y'all.
have a good, blessed day and continue to like, follow, and subscribe.
No
and
doubt.
if you in Dallas, come out Thursday to the draft party.
Yeah,
We're
come
gonna
on.
have a real good time.
Come on.
Really, really, really good time.
No, I don't want to have a good time, though. No, I don't want to have a good time.
No, my bad, my bad, my bad, my bad, my bad, my bad.
What we gonna have? What we gonna have? Come on with
We'll
it.
have a great time.
Yeah, let's go. Appreciate you so much. Thank you for calling in. Thank you so much. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Look, I just and Tay, if Tay can call in, she can call in. But at the end of the day, I don't want to assassinate nobody's character. At the end of the day, I want what's best for this team. If we fall out between every content creator and we win the Super Bowl, hey, let it be then, shoot. Come on with it. You let it be. Oh my gosh, man. But my presence speaks for itself.
Hayes $10. Told you Law about AOC. Me and him got into it on his chat. He is a hot-headed, immature person. Don't sweat it, Law, you just have a big heart. God will continue to bless you and protect you.
Yes, indeed, man. Appreciate you so much. All right, so back to football over here. I got my brother from another mother, no other, from the 214. Darius, you're live on The Nation, man. Talk to me.
Well, first of all, how you doing, brother? How you doing on this good morning, man?
Man, this weekend was a bittersweet thing because, it's always get emotional when the holidays hit and you got moms in your mind, But, overall, I can't wait for the draft to hit. We're going to have pretty much in the first round 32 new players that's going to go to new teams, and there should be 32 millionaires, right? And we're going to talk about these guys for their future and beyond, and I can't wait to see it.
Man, I love to hear it, man. I just want to send a lot of love your way and appreciation because I love, what you do and just your character as a person. The one thing that I can say about you, Law, is that you're gonna be you everywhere.
Yeah.
You're gonna be your Mississippi ass no matter where
you
go. You can, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing I can vouch for you.
Yeah. Yes, indeed, bro.
No matter what room you in, you're gonna be Mississippi to the death. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate that in your character just as a man, and you pay back your bets. So your debts. And so man, I want to send that love to you your way, and I'm also tell you too. As a side note, it's a lot of other like weirdo cowboy content creators in your proximity. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave it at that, but they gotta be with them. But let's get back to the football thing. What I wanted to call and tell you was, Law, was that I want to make a few predictions,
right?
For the draft, and I want to see if they come true. And I'm gonna say them on your platform. And I just want to, if I'm wrong. I'll admit it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My first prediction I want to make is I don't think that Shador is going to go to the Giants.
Yeah.
That's my first prediction.
Right.
I think Jalen Miro is going to go to the Giants, and I think that they either going to get Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter, and they're going to trade back up into the first round. I don't think that they're gonna get Shador. That's my first one.
But you know what? For the Giants though, not to make this a Giants show, if they fool around and get Miro, like say in the second, right? Just hurry up and get them. Then they can be a real threat in the NFC East. You know what I'm saying? Because of the way the only reason why I'm looking at this, they kept what's that coach name there?
Oh, Daboll.
Brian Daboll. And the leaps that Josh Allen took was when he was assisting him, right? And if you're talking about a quarterback that can throw and run, there will be Miro's. And I'm not calling him a Josh Allen clone, but it will be similar to that, There will be something. I can't stand the Giants, but there will be something there. But go ahead.
And by the way, I kind of predicted that as well, like a long time ago. I said, hey, if the Giants get Miro, then hey, you're gonna have to deal. That's gonna be something that you're gonna have to deal with, in the future. People said I was crazy. Look at where we at now. I don't think that. I think Shador is going to either go to the Raiders or the Steelers, which means Ashton Gentry might be there when we pick. So all these people that are talking about, oh, he gone, Ashton Gentry gone. Yeah, you might want to slow your roll on that one. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a possibility that Ashton can be there. My other one is I don't think that the Titans will get Cam Ward with the first pick. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think that. And my last one is I don't know what a lot of people's like weird fixation with offensive line, with offensive linemen when it comes to the Cowboys, but we got to cut it out. I just pray and hope that Baby Nuts don't trade down and get an offensive lineman like he likes to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I just want us to draft all weapons. Just draft all majority weapons with the first 3 picks. My next call, I'm gonna call after the draft.
Oh, come on with it.
After so I just want to make those 3 predictions right quick, and then I kind of want to see if they was gonna come true.
Come on with it, man. Appreciate you. Good call from you, D. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Let people hear you say it though.
Listen to us hang. How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? Yeah. At the end of the day. That's why this week is so important, man. We would know everything. Like, we would have the emotions really high on draft day because we've been waiting for this moment, right? And then we will have some similar emotions on the Friday. And then that Saturday is so important because now you'll see the entirety of the picture, right? And when you look at the complete picture of it all, you will say to yourself, all right, cool. I can work with this. But as the canvas being painted on Thursday night, you're going to forever be looking at it like, I don't know. I don't absolutely know what this should look like. Right? Because we only going to look at it from that one player. But one bullet will not be able to take down this beast that we got on this team. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that we got a lot of holes on this. No one bullet going to be able to do that. So we're not going to save the Cowboys with the 12th pick. It's going to have to be a continuancy of what the coach's vision is, the head coach, the defensive coordinator, the general manager, Jerry Wayne and them. It's going to have to be a complete vision, So it's one of those things, ladies and gentlemen. But I got from the 206, you in the mix, MJ, you live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
What up, Lock Nation?
That's good, bro. Brother? I'm doing well, man. I can't complain.
Yeah, man. This draft's going to be good. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you say, the truth will set you free.
Oh, yeah.
8 and 32. Israelites. Everybody got to repent. Still love your brother. It doesn't matter. You did the right thing. Still show love. Ain't no big thing. Move on.
Move on.
And hope for all the podcasters to be successful.
Yeah.
So ain't no hate.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna do that crab in the barrel.
There you go. Yeah, I already know, man. If each one teach one, elevate yourself and just be where your feet at the end of the day. I get the conversation. I can tell where you're heading to. But at the end of the day, whether I'm Law, MNF Nation, or if I'm a weirdo, we all supposed to be weird in our own ways because we are fearfully created. You know what I'm saying? We are fearfully created. We are wonderfully created. We are like we just like the fingerprint that you see on your thumb. It's not one the same, and you wouldn't want to be that way, by the way. But at the end of the day, with likeness, right, and influences, there will be a lot of people. There will be a lot of people that would, I guess, be a remora. They will attach to you, get all decipher what you do, and then spit it out as original. But you know how it goes.
Like you gotta keep it real. Like I like all you guys. So
for sure.
And I get, because remember that time I went off on Boss Cowboy, me and Boss, and you put us on the line. And I, like a man, I went online and apologized to my little brother, Boss Cowboy.
Yeah.
And we like brothers now.
Yeah.
And I go on his show, and we ain't got, he's going, oh, MJ, and I know Boss, shout out to Boss, Boss got love for me.
Yeah.
And, that's how it's supposed to be. So I got love to everybody, or all y'all to be successful. And then it's like when you say, when I do the club scene, and that owner I go to the owner, and he tell me, because it happens to me. Nah, Ma, that's your boy. Can't get him in, man. And if he say he can't get him in, I can't let him in. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it goes.
Right.
Stay club. I don't own that building. He owned the building.
No
so
doubt.
that's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? But let's get back to this football. Yeah, check this out. Look, it's a player y'all better look out for.
What was that?
Cowboys, check. His name is a halfback. His name is Lynn Larson. He a halfback from UC Davis. Running 4.41, fast, dangerous. And the Cowboys have been telling you, they've been checking him out. It's a receiver from Arkansas. Let me tell y'all something. That's Jerry School, right? He's 6'3", y'all. He ran a
Armstrong.
4.41.
You talking Armstrong?
Yes.
Armstrong, yeah. Somebody put me on Armstrong, I think about 4 weeks ago. They put me on Armstrong. I forgot who it is.
Drop nothing.
Yeah. He's linear build. He high points the ball.
He don't miss nothing. Don't drop.
I bumped into him in so many words, in few words. I could say that the kid got his head on his shoulder. And if he come to the Cowboys, it would be great to see, man, someone like Armstrong.
You said one of these receivers. Now, it ain't going to be, let me tell you, it ain't going to be Flora. Because Flora is powerful and strong and dangerous, too, with this new receiver. Number 83, I love you. If they draft that white boy, you in trouble, boy.
No doubt.
That boy is cold-blooded because they're going to drop the number 1 receiver and C.J. West, big D tackle from Indiana. I seen Foot's draft, his final draft. He had Tech. Then he had the linebacker from UCLA. Then he had my boy, the halfback from SMU.
Rashard Smith.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he had a corner, number 5. I think it's from Vandy. He cold-blooded.
Yeah, man, that's dope, man. But in closing, man, what else you got, man, before I let someone else on, bro?
Yeah, in closing, man, I can't wait for the draft. I want everybody, all the podcasters, have a beautiful draft show. I'm going to be watching all y'all shows. And how about them Cowboys? Let's get this chip, baby.
Let's get them, man. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, Law, and our Lakers choking.
Man, you know what I'm saying? I want it, man. $100,000, I'm coming for him, man. You know what I'm saying? He gonna call me.
I know.
Yeah, he gonna.
You ain't gonna be talking smack about it.
Yeah.
Hey, the game 2 tomorrow. If this guy don't play the right people and play that dumb thing, he gonna get beat.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in, bro. Yeah. Salute, man. Oh my God, man. That damn $100,000. You know, he called me. He said,
Lakers, Bakers, homemakers, Minnesota in 5.
You see what I'm getting?
What happened, my boy? What happened?
Okay, it's okay. A Minnesota cherry water. You know. Saratoga DeSoto, Lakers in 5. Yeah, you better leave me alone. $100,000. I got my I said Minnesota cherry soda. Oh my gosh, DeSoto, Lakers in 5, man. Shoot, damn, man. I don't know what's going on with my Lakers, man. But I got my brother, man, from another mother from the 409, not the Cleaners. But what's on your mind? What's good with you, man?
Man, look, I'm a Rockets fan, so don't sweat it at all, man. That's why, but that's why they play a series.
Yeah,
these
they play a
teams
series.
to come back from 1-3, they can come back from 2-0 losing at home.
Yeah.
So it's a series, you know what I mean? The tide can turn real quick. Minnesota hit a lot of threes, man. They was hot.
They were hot.
You know, the shot clock going down, man. They pass it, they playing defense. Boom, another 3.
Yeah, I think he's a smart, brilliant kid, you know, and he knew to get in front of. He's the first brother I know that prepaid his child support for the whole entirety. So he said, okay, all right. He prepaid. Cool, that boy prepaid 21 years of his child support. I said, God, no, he's about business, Yeah. So Lakers gonna have their whole hands full, man. But what you got for me?
I've been with you for about the last 3 years, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And your integrity is impeccable. I know behind the scenes things that you do. Right. I've seen you go to remotes and set up and bring people in.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I've seen so many people you brought up in this thing. You know what I mean? And see, some people love things, and it's like with me. I used to DJ.
Right.
And I did it. I would do it for free. Now I got paid for it because I was supposed to get paid for it. But I would do it for free because I love what I was doing. You hear what I mean? And I always wanted to be the best at doing that. You know what I mean? I wanted to be the best for the people.
Right.
And you are for the people, and the people love you. Okay? So always remember that.
Oh, man, I appreciate it, man.
That goes a long way. That goes a long way, my brother.
Yeah.
And about the draft, man, I'm not a big time draft guru or whatever. I think in a way that if we got the 12 picks and we got 10 picks, that's a lot of picks. So it's a lot of things to do. Yeah. And we talk about overdrafting and stuff. And you said drafting is like a crapshoot.
It is, yeah.
You ever try to hit that? You ever try to hit that hard four, man?
Man,
you shoot crap. You ever try to hit that hard four? That's what we doing. We trying to hit that hard four, baby.
Man, come on,
But one thing about it,
yeah.
But when you got that four as your point, everybody want to fade you. You hear what I'm saying?
Right.
They ain't gonna fade no 8, but they'll fade a 4. So you can really get. You can clean up with a 4. You hit a 4, you can clean up.
Facts.
So we trying to hit a 4. We trying to hit that hard 4 in this crapshoot. And they saying, people like trade down, trade down, move down in the draft or whatever if people not there. We can't. It's hard for us to say best player available.
Right.
We got offensive line, corner, receiver, running back.
Right.
Last year, we could have got a running back, but we kept moving back, and they kept taking them.
Right.
Now, if you think this dude is graded at 18 or 19 or 20, go ahead and draft him at 12. You're gonna move down and try to go through that crapshoot, and somebody come in front of you and get the player you want, and you could have got him at 12. Get him at 12. Some people say overdrafted. No, not if you get the player you want to get.
If you get the player you want to get.
Between 12 if you got him between 12 and 20, and he's the best cornerback, wide receiver, or running back that you got, draft that bad boy at 12 and let the chips fall as they may, because somebody else might let you move up in the later rounds that you can get them other players. You hear what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not a draft guru. All I can do is, what's that? I'm like Botch. All I am is a dude that called into a podcast.
Shout out to you, man. But let me hear you say it. Come on with it, my brother.
Okay. Doug Williams to the Hall of Fame. How about them Cowboys?
Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah. Boy, that boy got... What was the dude that sung that? The reason we are here. What's that dude name? Because Poindexter, I promise you, what's that guy name that sung that song? I guarantee you can hit those notes. What's his name?
That's Philip Bailey.
Philip Bailey ain't got nothing. Yeah, ain't got nothing on Poindexter. Shout out to you, my dog. Yeah. And speaking of reasons, I got 100 of them, and it's got $1,000 behind it. Man, you doggone, you rat stew. funky mother sucker, you know. Don't take it personal now. Don't take it personal. I'm just talking about you, 100. Yeah, you gonna call me while I'm going through all that. I can't stand you. I can't stand you. Yeah.
I know. I knew something was wrong. I knew something was wrong because you didn't respond.
Yeah, I didn't respond. You know. I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. Weirdo law. Put weirdo law in the chat, y'all.
I said, usually I get a text back here, call. What's going on? I ain't get nothing back.
But you know, with them iPhones, you show read. You know, I read it.
Yeah. I know you read it.
What more do you want from me?
Shit. Oh my God. I'm sitting like, Lord.
It's just pouring on you, man.
Yeah, man.
At a weekend like that, man.
Man, crazy weekend, man. It is what it is.
It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shoot. It is what it is. I'm not gonna say nothing about that situation.
Oh my God!
You already know,
man. If people only knew what's in my phone of how many people told me that this was. I tried to told you. I tried to told you.
See. That you put it out there.
Yeah.
You know.
Sure. Everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac, Tupac was like coming out of the grave. Yeah. Dear mama, don't cry, your baby boy's doing good. Might away, law, don't do this. You know what I'm saying? Even Michael Irvin pulled me to the side. Hey man, law, don't do this, Daddy. Don't do what you doing.
Let's go, man.
That person, mama pulled me to the side and said, if it's anything dealing with him, I don't want to be a part of it. I can't stand him.
Emotional damage.
And guess what? I got the receipts too. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Hey, you add me to that docket too.
Oh my gosh, man.
Add me to that too. You know what I mean? I'm just say I'm one of the ones too. I'm just be real. I hate to go speak. I said, man, what in the world? Yo, what is you doing?
They out here giving me the keys to the city, and this dude over here talking about, hey, I don't want nobody on my platform. Like, what? I tried to told him.
What are you doing?
But it's all good.
I'm gonna be
man.
real. There's nothing about being real and being authentic. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But it's a way that you do it.
Right.
It's a way that you do it. You don't have to be the toughest guy and all out rowdy. You don't have to do that.
Yo, it's crazy, man.
That's not being real. That's trying to make up for something that you're not.
Yo.
And I don't care if he hit us. That's making up for something that you're not.
Yeah,
straight up. I said
up.
it. 100 grand said that. I said that. And that's not saying I'm trying to be the toughest guy, because I'm not. But I'm saying, man, it's a way that you do things. It's a way that you do things, man. And that's just a fact.
Yeah,
you can get your point across. You can get your point across.
Right.
And you can be for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And then when you're doing business, that's a whole other deal when you're doing business.
It's a whole other level.
You have to tone it down.
Yeah.
You can't do what you're doing, but want to walk into these different avenues and expect the same results. No, you're not going to get that. They're going to back away from you.
Yeah.
Because you're bringing the energy that these people don't want. They don't want
it's
that negative
crazy.
energy. They don't.
It's crazy. Like, I got Matt Eberflus' number in my phone, right? He don't like Law Nation. You know what I'm saying? He love the energy that Law Nation bring. And don't you know how much borrowed credibility that is? You know what I'm saying? If I'm being where my feet at and I see Brian Shoddy here, you know what I'm saying? That's not me. That's not me just being me. That's God operating for me. You see what I'm saying? For them to gravitate to me. I'm not gravitating to them. That is not me standing on my high horse. So when I'm trying to get a point across, yes, I'm Law MNF and Nation. You know what I'm saying? And you got to take heed. There's always, look, here's how I've always been saying, we're traveling this world, you know what I'm saying? As a master in my craft, right? There's always going to be a greater light and there's always going to be a lesser light. And I'm telling y'all, when two are shining, they are at their best. But also within the confines of that, the lesser light don't talk bad about the greater light, and the greater light don't talk bad about the lesser light, because there's always going to be establishment, right? And strength, and all of those key points that I'm not going to take too much time away of addressing this. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to this, and I'm talking beyond Bohemian Grove to this. And there are things that I can do just like that can cease everything, but I don't do it because of my humbleness. You see? But just go ahead with your point.
But here's the deal, Law. Here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
If you do what you're supposed to be, if you move in a great light and humbleness and things like that, the bigger lights will come to you. You don't have to run to them. You don't have to leech off them. You don't have to do these things.
Facts.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We ain't know each other from a can of paint, but what happened? You feel what I'm saying?
Come on with it.
So that's the straight facts right there. But you gotta move in a certain light. But sometimes the light can also expose people for what they truly are, too.
Come on.
So people can. There's always wolves in sheep's clothing. So, you know, and I'm not saying, you know, if you...
Uh-oh, they coming for us, man. We talking too much. They coming for us.
Listen, man, look. Let me be real here now. I'm not saying that disagreements ain't gonna happen.
Right.
I'm not saying that disagreements ain't gonna happen. I'm not saying problems ain't gonna happen. But it's a way that you address things.
Yeah. And the Cowboys, and the Cowboys all the way, y'all. Come on with it.
Right. Cowboys all
the way, man.
But
Come on.
If you talking like you talking, then you should know when there's a disagreement, you hit that man up on his phone. If you got that man phone number, call that man up face to face, FaceTime that man, have a conversation with that man, and y'all hash it out behind the scenes. You don't have to bring nothing to
Charles,
the forefront.
$5.
Come on, I got a super chat. I am
proud of you. If anything is not comfortable for you, you stay away from. Period.
Yeah. Just Sadiq Charles with the super chat. She says she proud of me, and anything that you're not comfortable with, you stay away from. Yeah.
100%. You know what I mean? Like, bro.
Yeah.
You handle it behind the scenes. You don't bring it to the forefront. You bring it to the forefront.
But once it's to the forefront,
all gloves are off.
All gloves are off. You know what I'm saying?
Because you did that. You did that.
Yeah.
Now, and it's a point in being humble. Is understanding when you trying to partner with other people, that's only to help you. You can't. I don't care. Even if you a billionaire, what do billionaires do? They hire people that know what the hell they trying to get accomplished. They don't say, "Oh, I'm the billionaire. I can do it all myself." No, they hire people that know more than them, better than them to get the job done. So it's like, it's not slighting you. It's not slighting you saying that you're not great. No, you are great for recognizing I don't know anything about this area. I'm gonna hire somebody that does. You see what I'm saying? So and then when you moving in business, they look at that. They look at stuff like that.
I'm gonna just fall back, man. I got my guy Jay Tuck. I'm gonna jump in right quick, bro. Yes, it is 100 grand, but we got one of the pillars of the community. And if you ever been around in these spaces, you see what he's been doing. Just unbelievable work. There's a lot of things that go behind the scenes that me and him been working out with, and he never like for real talk. Like, he gave me permission to fly in and be with him, but due to my busy work schedule. That's love, right? I'm talking about press passes and beyond. And I know it's a we call it reciprocal, because I would do the same if I'm in those shoes. And I got from the 785, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. You're live. Talk to me, bro.
Hey, what's going on, Law? What's going on, Cowboys Nation, man? Y'all know I'm excited, man. It's draft week, but man, just seeing what's going on, Law. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, it's a blessing. It's a sigh of relief. Now, bro, I've been trying to say things, but I was staying in the back. And, I sat back And we've seen numerous times, or I personally saw numerous times on the show, that he was calling me Jay Cuck this, Jay Cuck that, Jay Cuck this, right? And you know me, Law. I don't let things slide, right? I really don't let things slide, but I've kind of been working on myself, working on better myself. And there was something in me. It was like, yo, next show this Monday, when Law and AOC post that link, Tuck, jump on and let's get active, right? Right. And it kept going back and forth with me, and people would talk me out of it, like Salute to Boss Cowboy talking me out of it. But then I'd get back into my mode, like, nah, I got to do this, you know? But the one thing that prevented me from doing that, Law, is like my brother Law is in that car. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if I shoot, I don't want to hit the wrong person. You know what I'm saying? And it was hurting me to sit back and see a man who is the pillar of our community. You are the reason I exist. You know what I'm saying? You are the reason I'm here. I'll tell you that all the time. I say it publicly. I'll say it on your platform. There is no Jay Tuck with Outlaw Nation. You know, I'm not sure if everyone knows, but I will actually be at the NFL draft in Green Bay. I leave Wednesday.
Yeah. Come on with it.
I'll be covering it live and direct. That is a testament to the foundation that you set for me, bro. You know what I'm saying? And others too as well. You know, but mainly you.
I appreciate it.
And to see my brother, you know, just walking with a snake around his neck, knowing that he's eventually going to get bit, and I couldn't do anything to prevent it. It was like messing with my mental, man. So when I jumped on today and saw the situation unfold, and you having the courage to say, nah, it just made me more. I'm excited. You know, I'm excited because we don't need this in our community. This community is built on respect, content, context, and Cowboys fans who love our team and does this the right way. Now, since we're out in the open right now, the reason why he never wants to go toe-to-toe with Tuck, because I know the real him. This is not the first time, y'all, he's done this. He's done this in other communities. He's been exposed in other communities. He is not a Cowboys fan. He is a mobile gaming wizard who's done things and pimped the algorithm. So the same thing that he's done in our same community right now by causing friction, you know, being dismissive and doing all these different things, he's done it before. He just got exposed over there and came over here. And he knows that I know that, you know? But we shouldn't have to go there. All we ask is to come into this game. If you're watching this channel or watching my channel, we welcome all content creators with open arms. Right. Law never had to show me how to the ropes at camp. He never had to show me anything. He's always the first to be in the chat, show support. Hey, man, change your name up. Hey, change your... Law is the most givingest person in our community. And the fact that he was going to just disrespect you and others... it just wasn't sitting right with me. And if you watch my channel, as so many people do, it just kept messing with my mental, right? So I'm proud of you, bro, for having the courage to put your foot down. You know, it's hard to see. Like you were saying, bro, I just saw my brother sit down at a table with Dak Prescott. I was on the FaceTime with you when Shotty walked over to you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure was. You was on the FaceTime.
You know what I'm saying? From Schottenheimer to Micah Parsons to Mac Eberflus, the list going on. You are Law Nation, bro. You know what I'm saying? We have worked, we have sacrificed, we have done so many different things. We are finally getting the recognition that we deserve. And I'd be damned if I let some wizard playing Elf Fairy playing Goofy come into our community and disrupt it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh, he knows I pulled his file, bro. He knows I pulled his file. I know why he hides his name. I know why he comes up with completely different name.
Trust me. Yeah. Trust me. I know the full name now, but that's not about where we're going to travel though. But at the end of the day, my name is Law for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm Jay Tuck. I ain't gotta hide my number. I don't have no separate Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't got no other YouTube channel that I keep in the stash because I don't want Cowboys fans to know who I really am.
Yeah.
If I'm playing video games, I'm playing video games. But if I'm talking about the Princess Fairy, I'm gonna let y'all know to go follow my Princess Fairy channel. You know what I'm saying? But it shouldn't even had to go there. But he prided himself off disrespecting others who laid the foundation. So for him to tell the owner of that place that is his platform, you ain't built that.
Right.
That's our platform. That's the foundation. With no about the YouTube community, it was Law Nation, Mark Holmes. You know, when he told West Coast, go back to your 10 followers, that let me know how disconnected he really is from our community. This is West Coast. West Coast got 150-something thousand on Facebook. Who are you talking to?
Come on,
you know? And so it was a lack of respect for the people who laid this footprint down, bro. And that's what kept just irking with me. You know what I'm saying? All the tough talk, he's not about that. I get it, bro. It sounds good for the internet. It sounds good that people believe that. I had the same phone conversation with them on the phone, and what did he do? He went and told his community, J Tuck and everybody, we talked and we're cool. We are not cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So nah, bro, it's just about being respect and doing things and creating and keeping and maintaining the standard, because you're doing big things. We have Vach on the Dallas Cowboys draft show right now.
Yeah. You know, it's not just that, because we absolutely, before that, we got Aisha there. You see what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh my gosh.
Getting the respect we have to fight so hard to get. He don't understand that the sacrifices that you made. I was there in Oxnard with you with your mother was going through it, but that was a sacrifice that you was making for the nation. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, we are not going to let someone come into our community and kick over trash and dust and rah and say that we jealous. I'm jealous of who? The man who has covered his third Super Bowl, the NFL draft, who are we jealous of? We open our arms to everybody in this community and help everybody. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he was able to spin it that we were jealous, man. So like I was saying, bro, I'm proud. I'm you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to feel right now. And you know, and it's the thing. Let's keep it a buck, bro. Like Law knows that all he had to do was send a message. If you would let me know, be in Dallas for the draft show, I would have been there in a heartbeat, and we can give y'all some real draft content for real. You know what I'm saying?
Come on with it, man.
So if it's one of those things where the people know, the community is smart. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, bro, keep doing your thing. You are a king in this community, bro. We always got your back, because there's no one who has set the standard, has made the sacrifice, and all the stuff that you're getting right now, you 1,000% deserve, man. So I'm gonna I've been waiting to get that off. You know what I'm saying? I've been waiting to get videos. I was gonna call it. I was gonna come onto the show today, and it was gonna get, because I wanted him to say it. You know say it. Yeah.
Shoot.
I wanted him to say it.
Come on with it, man.
I wanted him to look me eye to eye on camera, because I put $2,000 up for him to come on my show. He did, right? I was gonna come up and look him in his eye and dare him to say that I'm jealous of his growth. You see what I'm saying?
No doubt, man. But at the end of the day, man, I appreciate you. I thank you for the flowers, man, and continue to do your great job, bro. Because you're not doing a good job. You're doing a great job, and
thanks, bro.
And it's just crazy, man, how people will perceive to think that success is for what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't look at this as a success. I just look at this as me operating in my purpose. You know what I'm saying? Because none of this I would put on anyone to do outside of doing it the right way. You see, so people fail to realize that part of it, man. But as long as all of us operate in our purpose, man, everything will work its way out. And dust our feet off, man, and let's have a great draft time. And anything that you get out there, man, you be a correspondent out there at the draft. Send it to me, bro. Yes, indeed.
Crazy, man. So I'll be out there on Wednesday, starting out there in Green Bay, man, covering the draft live. And hopefully I'm greeting Ted McMillan when his name's called by the Dallas Cowboys. And we get our wide receiver, man.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, J Tuck, man.
All right, dog. Appreciate you, bro.
No doubt. Oh, my bad. I cut him off too quick. J Tuck, man, let him hear again. Let me hear him say it.
Keep being the king, bro. Keep being the king.
No. Let me hear you say it, though. Let me hear you say it, bro. Come on with it.
Well, say what?
How about them Cowboys? Let me hear you say it, bro.
How about them Cowboys? How about them Cowboys? Man, hold on. I'm gonna hold that to see what we do after day 1 or day 2 of the draft. Man, I'm gonna hold on. You know what I'm saying?
We appreciate you, man.
How about them Cowboys? Salute to y'all, Cowboys Nation. Let's kill this draft.
Let's kill it, man. At the end of the day, I always say we may not look the same, we may not talk the same, we may have different religions, you know what I'm saying? Whether you believe in the grand creator or not, you know. But at the end of the day, if you here, you know, shout out to my guy Bernard Cat. I know he always gonna give me a hard time in the chat. Still them boys, James, appreciate you. Thank those who are here watching, and Chill Mo D. Everybody, man, we may disagree with everyone, you know, but at the end of the day, it's still how about them Cowboys? You see what I'm saying? You know, and I'm blessed to be on this plane and still being able to speak about these Cowboys. Don't y'all know? There are certain rooms I go in. And this is not me, and I tell you all the time, there's certain rooms that I go in and my money is not even good there. Why? Because that gentleman over there in the corner took care of the note, right? I have access to certain facilities, and the only reason why I don't go to it is because it's too far to drive. Free 99, and I can set up and do my whole thing, right? There have been times whereas I've been invited to certain venues that I can't go to, because I have other obligations, right? And I kid you guys not, in my small hometown, me and Vach is from the same hometown, population is 28,000. And none of us, and I mean just that, none of us are in this particular space of saying we bigger than our city. None of us. Me and Vach are 13 years apart. I never knew he existed. But by him being my brother, you see what I'm saying? I embrace him. Even though me and Vach have disagreements on a lot of things, right? At the end of the day, he know I'll give him my shirt off my back. You know what I'm saying? I know for sure that when my mom was in the dirt, he was one of the first people to reach out to me, right? On a sincere, not on the whole public thing, saying these are the things I've done for law, right? And there have been times that I've spoken up for those who even stabbed me in the back with the butter knife, right? And they are in positionings, you know, to propel themselves. At the end of the day, I put money, I'm talking about 6-figure living money, on people's pockets, you know what I'm saying? So that they can live their dream out. I have right now a guy that's been brought to the NFL Network. His name is Isaiah Stanback, who I've pretty much hand to hand, and y'all don't even see this what I'm doing, propelled him in that particular space on what he was doing with .com and beyond to now where he's at. And he can be one of the first people that y'all reach out to him and say, hey, that Law, he's a real one. He's a real one. That's a 6-figure deal. Did Law banged on the table? Did Law bang on the table and said, hey, put the light on me, I want to be on NFL Network? No. Don't y'all know how many times I turned down DallasCowboys.com? Don't y'all know that y'all won't be given these type of content if I went up there to the Cowboys.com? I can literally leave my house now and drive up at the start and sit my tail down right there at the DallasCowboys.com, but I go against the grain. And I want to tell y'all, and I'm not bragging or boasting, I was making 6 figures before I jumped on YouTube. That's the difference between everything is paid for what I do. You see what I'm saying? We've always been doing business on the business side. This is a hobby. People fail to realize this is what I'm doing is a hobby. Appreciate the G Cuddy. Let the AI speak.
G Cuddy $9.99. Law, keep doing things the right way. That is what separates you from everyone else. You different in a greater way.
Come on with it, baby. I got the 205. You're live on the nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
Law, you here, Law?
Yeah, I'm here, bro. What you got, man, for the 205?
Oh, from the 205. What's the day to be alive, baby?
Yeah.
For the day. You got me, hey, your chat and your callers got me feeling like 3-6 in here. You need to probably add this to your queue.
Yeah.
Break the law, we ain't playing.
We ain't playing with it, bro. I love the energy, bro. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh, man, what you say earlier today? But I know something about you. But, Law, man, what I wanted to say, you had a caller about 4 or 5 callers ago who had a prediction about the draft.
Right.
I need you to say that man number, because if all his prediction that he have go through, we need to ask him what the lotto number's gonna be.
Right.
He had a lot of predictions, man. A lot of them, man. But how you doing today, Law?
Man, I'm well with 2 L's, man. Come on with it, man. I'm ready to get this thing going. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. That's good. Man.
That's long love. Long love. Come, that's what 2 L's stand for. Long love. But what you got for me today?
Now, on the side note, Law, man, have you ever had the chance to check out the movie Sinners yet?
Man, supposed to be checking that out this week, man. My brothers already jumped all in, and they were talking about that, bro. Yeah.
Oh, man. You're going to see how that's corresponding with what you're going through today. Oh, man, and it was so ironic that I went to go and see it this week, and now I wake up to my man Law with some issues about some nonsense, man. But like I said, Law, I've been checking with you ever since. I think the who was the old DC we had from Tampa?
Yeah.
What was his name?
Papa Rob Marinelli.
Yeah, Papa Rob, man. That's how long I've been checking in with you, Law. And I can say from day one, you haven't changed or flipped on your audience. Now, you enhance your production, which was supposed to be done.
Right.
Anybody who's running a company, you enhance your production, but for it's trying to create controversy and do things.
Nah, that ain't me.
Saw that with you, Law.
Nah, that definitely ain't me, bro.
Never saw that.
Yeah.
And now I would say when that said individual did come on the show, I was like, oh, there's a lot of different. I was scared he was gonna blow a head gasket at one point. I promise.
Right.
Like, man, that's too much screaming.
Yeah.
But for you, Law, man, thank you for all that you have done for the Cowboys Nation. And I can't wait till we get back to the 90s, the glory days of the 90s, something similar to it.
Right.
To where we can hold up them little bardies and we can say, and I'm going to end by this, how about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? 3-6, appreciate you, man. Good call from you, bro. Jeez. Good call from him. Boy, we rolling. I appreciate you. Ooh, I appreciate all of y'all. Integrity is the main thing, That's why I can't tell y'all too much about that Michael Parsons thing on the day of the draft, But it's going to be great, man. And I'm never going to be like the Ray J's and say, hey, man, I hit it first. I need to be the first one to be here and do these type of things. But before I let the next caller on, we got Mike from the 484. Hold tight, because we got to do this one thing that I forgot to do earlier. And this is one of the sponsors of this video brought to you by
Spartans!
Yo, if you serious about gaming, you need to check out the Turtle Beach Self 700. The headset is built for power, comfort, the hybrid leather cushion, metal reinforced design, the clean, lay flat look that made to last, the real magic, the dual driver that give you high definition 24-bit audio sound, that crisp, that footsteps, clean shot, 3D sound that put you in the game. Switching device easy. You can bounce between PC, PlayStation, and even your phone with Bluetooth. Thanks to crossplay, noise cancellation, giving you crisp, crystal clear, zero static sound. Game smarter, play louder, dominate everything. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. I got Mike from the 484. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers, man. Talk to me, man. What's good?
What up, Law? First and foremost, man, how you, bro?
Hey, man, one day at a time, shoot. Yeah,
man, that's all it takes.
Yeah, one day at a time, bro. You know how it is, Mike. You know how it is. Go ahead.
I got a saying. When people ask me how I'm doing, I tell them I'm doing as best I can 6 seconds at a time. But every 6 seconds in this world, some extra dumb-ish happens. Every 6 seconds. So if you're able to avoid that one piece of dumb shit that happens in that first 6 seconds, you're better for it.
There you
so
go.
avoid the dumb shit every 6 seconds, Law. That's number one. Now, I'm not calling to cast disparagement on anybody. You know, I don't know exactly what's going on. I heard bits and pieces from said person, and I'm hearing some from what's going on today in your live. I don't know exactly what's going on. I'm not going to cast disparagement on anybody. I'm not here to down talk anybody. I thought y'all put on a great show. I really loved y'all together. But something I tell my children, something I tell my oldest daughters, if your friends ain't willing to get jumped with you, they not your friends.
Come on with it.
It's easy to be. Friendship is easy when it's convenient.
Yeah.
Okay? It's real easy when it's convenient. Now I'm gonna tell you like this, right? I'm not the football savant that you, Jay Tuck, you know what I'm saying, you know, that community is. I'm trying to start a podcast myself.
Come on with
the
it.
Basement Boys. You know
what you gonna call it, Mike? What you gonna call it?
The Basement Boys.
The Basement Boys. All right, now.
Basement Boys podcast. It's gonna be the Cowboys sports. You know what I'm saying? You know, but a caller said a couple calls ago that it's all about if you see what you want,
right,
and you got it marked at like from 12 to 20, stop playing.
Stop playing with it. Go ahead and get the one that you know for sure. And if it's Ashton Genty, and first like 3 weeks ago I was like no, because we did the show on Cowboys Collective. I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. But then it hit me like, I don't want a Taj Brooks, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be like, yeah, man.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Come on with it.
I would love to have Genty. I would love to have Genty. But let's be honest, y'all.
Yeah.
This is for everybody, not just you, Law.
Come on with
Let's be honest, y'all. Okay? We want Ashton Genty, right?
If that's the person that you ultimately believe that he can change the face of your franchise, then you do anything and everything to get that said person, you know. And that's what I would do. You got 10 draft picks, not all 10 of them gonna start, you know.
So if we want Ashton Genty so bad, right, and we're at 12, there's 11 teams ahead of us who are looking at the same dude saying, ooh, I'd like to have that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So unless we know for sure the Cowboys are going to move up to go grab them, let's stop talking about it.
Oh, okay, I see what you said. We got 3 more days now, though, Mike. Mike, we got 3 days, man, and I'm just waiting for this to all be done so we can talk about the tangible things and not the intangibles. Yeah.
Because anything from here until the draft, even during the draft, can happen. Anything can happen.
Anything.
But we don't know. Like all off season, I heard all our guys, you know, the Cowboy constituents that you guys are.
Right.
You know, I'm hearing everybody talk about, oh well, we should get this, we should get that. This is on my board, that is on my board.
Right.
We have a board, but the Cowboys have their own board.
Facts.
And what makes you think? The players on the Cowboys board ain't on everybody else's board? There's a reason why we have 15 offensive linemen under contract right now on this roster. There's a reason why.
Come on, keep cooking.
There's a reason why we went out and got 2 more linebackers. There's
keep
a
cooking.
reason why.
Keep cooking. Keep cooking, Mike.
They know for a fact that we need a weapon, right? All right, yeah, we got Paris Campbell, we got the Toby, we got the Jalen's, and we don't even need to talk about them. But, you know, we know that Jalen Tolbert is a really good 3. You know what I'm saying? Again, not casting disparagement on anybody. Because if these dudes was trash, they wouldn't be in the league.
Come on, amen to that, bro.
If it was trash, they wouldn't be in the league. They're probably in the wrong spot. So everybody like the whole Mingo thing. Oh,
Mingo.
Yeah, Mingo. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole Mingo thing. He was in a bad situation. Yeah. Look at what Brian Burns did for New York. He was in that same bad situation. Brian Burns was just in that same bad situation to go to another bad situation, but still, that defense looked crazy. That Giants defense looks really good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not the player that's the issue, because right now I'm hearing the Miles Sanders. Oh, he might not. I doubt he's going to make the team. Javonte Williams. I doubt he's going to make the team.
Right.
Javonte Williams was falling out of favor with Denver, not because of poor performance.
Yeah.
He couldn't stay on the field because of an injury.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, that's a year removed. But then you look at Miles Sanders, he was in a bad situation. He was in Carolina. I'm glad we gave up a 4th-round pick for at least a wide receiver and not an unknown quarterback.
I feel you, exactly. But in closing, because I got a lot of folks in here, man. Yeah.
And closing, Law, take everything you hear from everybody with a grain of salt. You know what you deal with. You know what you do.
Yeah.
You know exactly what you do. I would like to do some work with you myself.
Yeah.
But you know what you do.
Yes,
okay?
indeed, Mike.
Keep doing what you do. It's not about what everybody else do. It's not about what everybody else does. It's about what you do. And you a stand-up dude. I rocks with you for it.
Appreciate you.
But with that being said, Dallas Cowboys for life. You heard?
Yes, indeed. That's Mike from the 484, man. All right, we'll give y'all a lineup what we got next. I got Big Amish. I got 469, and then I have VIP. Those are the next 3 callers. Swayze, hold tight. You in the queue. All right, Big Amish, you're live from the 202. What you got for us, baby?
How about them Cowboys, y'all?
Yeah, bro. Your voice sound like it's coming from the heavens, man. What you got for me today?
Well, the resurrection happened. Just like Jesus, just like you. He was betrayed. He had his Judas. He knew it was coming, but he knew it. But he still let him around his flock.
Yeah. Oh,
So
come on with it.
We're not. But let me just say this: what brings us together. This is true. Is the love, the family, our Cowboy family, Law Nation.
Come on with
is full of love and respect. We could disagree once in a while.
Right.
We might even say things we don't mean.
Right.
But we'll come right back to it and show that respect, apologize, whatever needs to be done, and remedy that situation.
Yeah.
You continue that path.
Yeah.
Now, I'm taken back by what happened. This is new to me, but anyone who disrespects you disrespects the nation.
Come on with
So
it.
this is personal.
All right.
And little Richard better be ready. Because we're going to take it out on him. He's not going to get a free pass by Law Nation. He's not going to get that respect. But maybe he's young. He can't grow a beard yet. He has to learn the ways.
Come on with it.
So you're going to hold out some hope. We don't know. Maybe he'll mature. He'll come back and recalculate himself. But we know Judas when we see it.
Ooh. Good Lord, yeah.
Now, but let me just say this about you as well. What really, and this is the heart of this whole conversation as well, your character is second to none.
Yeah.
And what defines your character are your acts of kindness. I've seen individuals on your program who other content creators, and you're not just a content creator. That's why I'm saying this. You're more than that, way more than that. But you do give a voice to the voiceless. You empower the powerless. I've seen that on your show. You have people on there who other content creators will not even allow. And they're vulnerable. They're vulnerable people, but you empower them.
Come on,
you give them a voice.
Come on with it.
So for that, Law Nation recognizes that. That's why we love you. That's why I believe I speak on behalf of the nation, because that's what I see. I see that all the time from your shows. So I'm grateful for that.
Man, come on with it, man. Come on with it. Man. Come on with it. Yeah.
We want more of that.
Yeah.
Right. So we're on your side. We have your back. Whatever you need, you rely on Law Nation. We'll take up the fight. You don't have to say anything anymore. We'll take on that fight. You have the armor of Law Nation with the armor of God. There's no way of defeating it.
Yes,
all you need is the armor of God. But
man, come
you
on
still
with
have
it.
us.
Man, I thank you so much, man. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for the flowers too, man. That's Big Amish, man. Yes, indeed. Oh my God, good. I forgot to ask him. Tell him how about them Cowboys. And shout out to I'm Awake. Appreciate you for jumping in. Y'all be sure not to flag I Am Awake. You know what I'm saying? He's a loyal follower, even though he is an Eagles guy. And speaking of that, My brother is an Eagles guy. You know what I'm saying? My oldest brother, by the way, he's a diehard Eagles fan. And I thank everyone, for tuning in and being part of this shows and showing love and adulations for the nation. And it goes a long way, not a short way. What I want you guys to do is envision yourselves in my shoes and walk with me, right? Right? Walk with me to this degree that football, we don't determine the outcome of the game, whether you win or lose, but it's kind of like storytelling, not in a lying type of way, but in a way whereas we want what's best for this team. And just like we want what's best for this team, we want what's best for content creators. It took me a long time, and it took me a lot of fights to tell y'all that don't just be here on YouTube, right? Be multi, meaning that be on Facebook. There's communities out there. Be on Instagram. Be on TikTok. Be on Twitter. Be on multiple pages of YouTube. But, this is not my only YouTube page. I got some private ones too. Hell, you keep looking, you probably see me on OnlyFans. I'm weird that way. If for those who want to call me weirdos, but any shred of advice that I give is going to be advice that can help. I never give advice to hurt, right? Because at the end of the day, when I'm pushing up daisies, people are going to look back and say, these are the things that this guy was able to do. And I know for sure from the day I came up out of the darkness of the wombs that I've been that person that helped people, not hurt people. And even with the disagreement with anyone, the overall objective is to help him and to help her and to help those that even out of the nights that cover me black as the pit from pole to pole. You know what I'm saying? Type of conversation. And, and the path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil man. But blessed is he, right? So you get a little mixture of everything. There could be times that I could do a 3 to a 5 minute video and be said and done, right? But my passion don't let me do that way. Yeah. Hoodie says, oh shit, law only on the OnlyFans. Oh, it's nasty work. Yes, indeed. Same show, just me with my shirt off. Yeah, I got from the 469 and then the 860 VIP. Hold tight. But from the 469, what's on your mind, baby?
Hey, good afternoon, Law Nation.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Yes, indeed.
Hey, hope you're having a great afternoon, man.
We
real
are.
Quickly, I know I jumped on this call late.
Yeah.
Quickly, I just overheard of what the other callers had to say. And on a quick note, I'm going to say this. Anyone in the world can cover the Cowboys, especially a franchise like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the way you do it, Law, hands beyond, above. I mean, I've been seeing you for I don't know how many years. You keep doing your thing and don't let no one change who you are. Because then it's who you are. And honestly, like, you deserve everything that's coming to you. And I mean, that's all I got to say, Law. I mean, you're like one of the true OGs I saw on the Cowboys content creators on YouTube. And I don't know if it's true, but I think you are one of the first people to kind of let people voice their opinions on the call-in line. So I'm very thankful for that, Law. Like, you don't understand. But other than that, Law, you keep blessings. And now real quickly on the draft, 3 days away, we don't know what the Cowboys are going to do. I mean, we all said our opinions. I said my opinions. At the end of the day, it's the Cowboys board, like the caller said. Yeah. But I do want to drop this nugget on you because I did overhear it from I think from the draft show. It was on 153 Pope in the back, but it made my head turn a little bit, and I was like, man, don't get me wrong, it's a stupid idea, but it could work. And I'm gonna tell you the bean about it. All right. We all know we all know Jerry Jones. We all knew the whole saga of Dion, him, and everything. Shador and everything. Someone mentioned if Shador was to fall at 12, and Jerry is on thinking about getting Deion Sanders' kid. I don't see a great fit for this year or at all for the Cowboys to win now. But if he was to go that way, I wouldn't be opposed of it for the future because you already have a quarterback in Joe Milton that you traded for high potential, arm of a canyon, has the athletic ability to run the pocket. Truth be told, just needs coaching, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you were to draft Shador, that would already have 3 quarterbacks in the room, right?
Yeah.
Including that's your number 1 quarterback. What if you were to draft Shador and hopefully maybe get some first-round draft picks from one of them, either Milton or Shador, but you have that ability to compensate that draft picks for later on to still be competitive for this year, next year? What would be your thoughts on that, Lon? That's all I got.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in. That's my guy, Locks, man. Lokes from the 469. Here's what I got to say. Even though, you have a difference of opinions with this, we don't have that luxury. We got too many holes to do that. And for that.
Hold on. You have a choice. You can have the boat or the mystery box.
What, are you crazy? We'll take the boat.
No, not so fast, Lois. A boat's a boat, but the mystery box could be anything.
Yeah.
It could even be a boat. You know how much we've wanted one of those.
Then let's just...
We'll take the box.
We'll take the box. You gave up a boat for free tickets to a crappy comedy club.
Come on, Lois. You're acting like this is the first time I've ever done something stupid.
So I just don't want us to play around. Now, it could be, my guy, he could be 1,000,000% right with that. But no, we got too many holes, man. Now, if we didn't have said holes everywhere, I will play around and I will hold that 12th pick for ransom, right? I will literally hold that 12th pick for ransom. I know for sure, Cincinnati, they probably feel that they are one player away. Cincinnati Bengals may feel that they are one player away, right? I'll hold that spot for ransom. But I would not go to that extreme extent. Go get the BPA, don't play around with it, and go try to find ways to get other first-round draft picks. Now, could it work? Yes. But you see how I did that? I didn't belittle him. I didn't yell at him. I just gave my analysis of that approach. And next caller I have on the stage, my brother from another mother, no other. Don't look like Danny Glover, but keep it cool with us, with that. Come on, Lou. Every time Luis Ortiz, man, come on, man. You said stop gaslighting. Don't knock the rings off, Lewis. You give it. But I got my brother from another mother. Hey, come on with it. From the VIP hotline. Hey, the 860, you're live on the nation. Talk to me, baby.
Baby.
What's good, man?
Lord, look, you heard. I'm trying to look, Lord. I said I was gonna play the background, just sniping out here, Lord.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna call in until something of substance to talk about.
Yeah, cause where you been? Where you been?
Lord, I'm outside, Lord. Lord, you know
but you've been following.
I'm cooking, Lord.
Yeah.
I'm cooking, Lord. So if anybody want to follow me, follow Taz Figaro, Straight Shot, Chaser. Come see us every Sunday. But Lord, I'm cooking. I got an iHeart, Black Effect podcast contract in the works. But anyway, Lord, it's not about me, Lord. It's not about me. Because Lord, I'm a rider. When I say ride, Lord, I'm a ride or die. Like, I ride for Lord with my windows down, playing me and my girlfriend.
Yeah.
If you don't know where me and my girlfriend is, I keep the twins on me, Lord.
Okay.
So if there's a problem with Lord Nation, I don't give a goddamn who it is, what podcast you rap, what you doing outside, what you spilling out your mouth. Just know, whatever you spit at, Lord, you coming at VIP. I'm connected like fiber optics. I don't give a goddamn where you lay your egg. Just think about VIP when you come at my brother, Lord.
Okay.
I was calling in, keeping it civil, law, because, I don't even get down with the Slurp Nation. I didn't watch what popped off, but all I know is keep it respectful with my bro. Yeah. Keep it respectful. If you enjoy this air, if you enjoy the sun coming up every day, keep it respectful with my bro.
Okay.
We all enjoy this air, this atmosphere. So let's just keep it respectful. Yeah. Some people jump out of the window not knowing where they're going to land.
Come on with it.
So I'm just keeping it civil, Lord, because really, like some people get so beyond themselves, and this whole YouTube and online has got people's head twisted.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody will be accounted for. Every action you do, I tell my kids this all the time. Everything you do, someone is going to hold you accountable, and whether it be me or someone else. So you hope it's me before it gets outside.
Yeah.
So just know what you're saying out here. You will be held accountable.
Hail Mary.
Just know, bro, you might get that knock, and somebody be like, "Yo, VIP sent you?" Yeah, bro. You screaming on my bro. This is my brother. I love Lord. When Lord lost his mom, I lost.
Yeah, appreciate
so trust
that.
me, man. We not here to mourn nobody. So let's just keep it civil. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't give a goddamn who feels the way. You can look me up, follow me, whatever. I'm outside. You heard? I'm easy to contact. Just keep it civil with my brother. That's all I'm gonna say, Lord. And then for the last caller, look, man. I've been shot before, Lord. When I got shot, my brother Psyche was telling me, Lord, don't go to the hospital, man. Don't go to the hospital, bro. I'm shot. I'm not listening. He's not no doctor. A lot of people out here playing doctors or playing scouts online. Look, man, let our guy Freaky, you know what I mean? Let him do his thing. And we got to wish for the best, Lord. We can't be out here like, I want this for the 12th pick. I want to move back. No.
Right.
No, I've been shot. I don't want a Band-Aid. I need stitches. We need stitches, Lord. We don't need no Band-Aid on a shot wound.
Yeah.
You pushing off today. Well, why are you pushing off tomorrow? We can handle this today. You want draft picks for the future? God damn it. I want to see a chip now. What are we talking about?
Yo.
Draft picks? I mean, just, Lord, make the math to me, Lord.
Man, come on.
Why am I even watching this draft? Why am I even optimistic? What, we going to wait for another 4 years? Come on, man.
Yeah, you JG Whitworth. And I need cash now. And I need draft now. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man.
You know it's all about football, Lord. But I know I do have to address some of these. Yeah, there's some goofies out here, Lord, that get behind the mic and think they can say whatever.
Yeah.
But just keep that goofy mess away from my brother. Just know, like, real talk. Like, I'm outside for my Lord. I'm outside for Lord.
Appreciate you, man. I thank you so much.
Where you at?
Come on with it, man. I already know. I got to be somebody that's willing to roll with the nation, baby. Come on. Appreciate you, bro. Let me hear you say it, bro.
Cowboy. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. You heard?
Yes, indeed. We was once two brothers of the same kind, quick to holler at the content creation with the same line. Yeah, sure. My body be punished for hard living. Hands on the strap, so praying, Father, please forgive me. Police be rushing. When they see me, I flaunt it. America's Most Wanted, live on TV like, I'm in that mode. It's like pleasure and pain. I'm stuck in this game. Holler my name. We all gonna die. We bleed through similar veins. Come on, baby. Yeah, boy said, how can I panic? I heard the gun blast and it's on it worth. My jigger bonehead grown until he came home. Thug Love, please tell me to bring it on. I caught a plane out to Cleveland late last evening to help clean up some no longer breathing that. I'm trying to, I had to get it all. I had to get that all up out of me. Yeah. Yes, indeed. I got the 805 and I got the 908. 805. You're live on the nation. This is my brother from another mother from the West Coast, man. What's good with you?
Hey, Lowell, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing great, man. It's good to hear your voice again.
I've seen you in action here in Oxnard. And I see how you make time for every single fan that comes to you. I've seen how you videotape everything. You get all the Law Nation stuff out. And you just put out really great content, and you're 100% genuine.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Davies, man. Appreciate you, man. And how your son doing?
Oh, he's doing great. He just turned 16.
He done got even taller. I already know.
Yeah.
It's good, man, and I appreciate all what you do for me, man. If it's putting food in my belly while I'm out there, man, telling me about when to be there and when not to be there, being an extra guided piece for me, man. That goes a long way, not a short way, Nate. And I really appreciate you, bro.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to see you this year. I'm glad to see you come out this year.
Mm.
I might be in Arkansas, but I'll come back.
You gonna come back? Okay. Or you moving there for good, or you just visit?
No, just for a vacation.
Oh, okay. Well, the moment they release like the scheduling, I'll hit you up, bro. And I really appreciate you, man.
Okay.
No doubt, man. That's my guy right there. Oh, are you gonna say it?
Yeah. How about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? That's Nate, man. Real true Cowboy fan when I was out there. His ability to be like, foot soldiers out there, knowing that we processing, content while I was live out there. And it's like 2 years in a row, and he live and he's seeing me in the action, and you guys enjoying it. In my belly, you can hear my stomach growling. And he just pulled to the side, and said, "Hey, Law, you need anything to eat, man?" And I said, "Man, I got some tacos." You know what I'm saying? I got a taste for tacos. For him to go and wait in that line I'm talking about literally the line was longer than Shaq feet and Jay Leno's chin put together, and he waited in that line. A long line. Y'all just don't know, and y'all don't know how important that is for me, and for you all. Y'all all benefited from it. He said, "Hey, Law, I seen you working, man. Here's some food, man." Didn't ask for nothing in return, but just knew that the nation is here on my own dime, providing content. And he said, "Hey, we'll grab a little bit of this. And hey, what you want? Any water, soda? That goes a long way." And proceed to, after the Oxnard trip, "Hey, man, I got you on the food, man. Whatever you want to eat at, let's meet up, and it's on me." I know Nate, he's a humble guy. He don't want all of that out there, but I'm just letting y'all know these are on consistent basis that people look out for the nation, and I really appreciate that. Shout out to Dak on Filthy, Wolf Kitty Anonymous Fund. Appreciate. Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, Dak on Filthy, man. Kind gesture goes a long way. You ain't lying. And being able to be in that moment. All right. And I got Swayze from the 908, the Objective Cowboy fan. What's good with you, man? You live on the Nation. Talk to me.
What's good? Oh, no time no see. It's been a while. I jumped on that shit. And,
yeah.
All the old heads just yapping. I'm like, we talking about the Cowboys.
Man, we gotta clean up the streets, man. As Marlo said on The Wire, my name is my name, and I'm glad that other people know my name and they know the goodness that I'm able to generate. But just like anybody else, when there's lies or when there's untruth, the first thing that they like to do is say it first, right? And to get it out there in front of everybody, and it looks like, hey, this dude is not genuine. But, my name is my name, and I appreciate it. But what you got for me, bro?
Yeah, I would say this, but going Joe with Jerry Jones' team is crazy. I ain't gonna hold you. He started going crazy. But I would say this, though. Obviously, it probably was a quiet offseason. Right. It was offseason was pretty quiet. More traction this season than it was last season off season, though, to be fair. That's like saying I went to a party and I got one number. I'm trying to get a whole bunch of girls and I got one number. Okay, last year I got 0 numbers. Yeah, just because I got more than last year doesn't mean the one number is actually pretty great. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Law of averages. Yeah, you're right.
Exactly. So I would say this. I look at Shedeur Sanders. And we look at culture change, and we look at how can we bring the excitement amongst the team and fan base. Right now, there's no excitement. Last night, 2 nights ago on Saturday, I went to a little rooftop, and this girl, I just met her there, but she's from Texas. She's from Dallas, Texas.
Dallas,
I'm
Texas.
trying to get engaged because I live in Jersey, so I'm trying to get engaged on how people feel down there, and she was a pretty girl, about to get married, beautiful, and she was
the Cowboys suck right now. I can't believe it. Like Dak Prescott sucks. Like we need to get another quarterback down there. And I can't believe it. Jerry Jones he's just a bad GM. And that's what I knew from there. Right. I was like, oh snap! Like the majority of Cowboys fans, we don't actually like what the team is headed right now in terms of like the way the team is going from not just the quarterback standpoint, but from a GM and coach standpoint. So the best move Jerry Jones can do right now. And it's not something because I don't think we're close to the Commanders or the Eagles right now to be even a serious competitor in the NFC East. I think the NFC is pretty strong this year, especially with the Commanders and the Eagles. And even the Giants defense, like they look elite from a Giants defensive standpoint. But I would say, and they just got Russell Wilson, so now they got a veteran quarterback now. Watch out for the Giants too. But I would say this: we need to be prepared for the future. We need to be preparing. Where are we going to look like in the second half of this decade? And in order for you to do that, if you see Shador falls to you at 12, mind you, I'm not. Of course, Dak Prescott is quarterback number one.
Right.
He's probably going to be the starter for the next 2 to 3 years. But we're looking at an Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre situation where you can have someone grooming up, and when he takes over, he immediately gets it because he's been the understudy of the starting quarterback. That's why they used to do back in the 90s and 80s. If you get Shador Sanders, you will have the best QB room in the NFL at the most important position in the NFL.
Yeah.
Think about that. That's really key. You'll have the best QB room in the NFL. I'm talking about now we're looking at the 49ers when they had Joe Montana and Steve Young. Not comparing to Joe Montana and Steve Young, but I'm just saying in terms of that, like you secure that position 1,000%. Even when Dak Prescott has been injured 2 of the last 3 years, and he's getting older, I would definitely consider that if he falls to us. What do you think?
Shador Sanders, if you fall to us, my answer to that is no, because of the fact that you already got Joe Milton, and he's 24 years of age. He's still young. He's still developing. And
why can't you get all three?
Well, you only got one football and you got too many holes. Right.
And I understand that. You have too many holes, but at the same time, those holes are not going to be filled today. Based on free agency and the draft, first of all, it takes about 2 to 3 years for these players to even develop. So whether you draft, it's going to take 2 or 3 years down the line. That's number one. Number two, again, to me personally, in the quarterback-driven league, when quarterback is king right now, and your quarterback has to be at least serviceable, or at least someone that is willing to throw the rock. Having 3 people who are capable of being potentially being a starting quarterback and a franchise quarterback is not a bad thing.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I get your notion of that, but they don't have the longitude and latitudes to do that. You got a team that's in your division that's fighting, clawing, and still making moves like the Eagles and the Giants and the Washington team. And if you still have uncertainty with your quarterback room and you still trying to fix that piece, upon which you got a lot of holes already still on this team, you're not competing for 2025 nor 2026. You try to compete for 2027. And hear me out, Swayze. You also with this, you paying $250 million to this particular quarterback named Dak Prescott. So your best option would be is to absolutely make it Joe Milton as the backup, and if he can hit, then you hit. But outside of that, if the Cowboys didn't make a move for Joe Milton, I can see the Shador thing. But by them making that Joe Milton move, then those are your 2 capable quarterbacks, Dak Prescott and Joe.
I disagree. I solely like even when.
But who you going? Who Shador gonna throw it to? Who's gonna run in between the split?
No, Shador. First of all, for Shador to become a starting quarterback, when I say draft Shador, it doesn't mean he's not the starting quarterback in 2025.
But we need that pick. Who we passing up? Who we passing up for Shador? You get what I'm saying?
He said who we passing up with Shador? We can hardly have. First of all, this draft this year is actually not. It's pretty top heavy at this specific moment, and even then, the needs that we actually need at the top of the list to me. Is interior offensive line and interior defensive line. Are we going to get one of these 2 positions in the first round?
Far as interior defensive tackle and offensive lineman, no, but you don't. But you draft for best player available, and that's why I say even with that being said, We don't know how this particular offensive line with Connor Riley, how he's going to approach this, because come on, he's top 10 in his conference in the college league, right? And offense.
Oh my God.
So that's what we're dealing with. Mike Solari was dinosaur juice. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you for calling in, bro. What else you have before I let the next caller on?
I have this. I do believe that, Cowboys fans, we've been spoiled for the past 4 years to be like potential contenders. You really have to look at 2025 as one of those down years as well. Like these holes that we have to fill, as well as certain, coaching, positions that we put there that was propped up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think we have it right now in terms of the coaching staff and also the team, and from a roster talent standpoint compared to our NFC East counterparts. I do think this draft should be solely looked at. All right, this draft is for 2027 and 2028, and that's what you should look like. You should look at it like that. If you don't, you're gonna be very frustrated this season. That's just my advice to all Cowboys fans.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in. Let me hear you say it, bro.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them? Yeah, it's Swayze with his thought tracks there. Here's what I'm gonna say with all of this. I get it. But if the Cowboys decide to draft a quarterback with the 12th pick in the first round, right? And, of course, you get 5 years when you draft somebody in the first round. What would be the whole point of paying Dak Prescott $250 million, right? And going into this particular situation and using a 4th-round draft pick for Joe Milton. That would be front office malpractice right there. Front office. And Milton could become the next Joe Montana. I mean, not Joe Milton, and he could be, right? And as well as Shador could be the next Dan Marino. But still, who are they going to throw the ball to? Who's going to block it up front? There's no verifiable information and evidence that these guys, Joe Milton and Shador, will even be an all-pro like the quarterback that you do have, right? So what I'm saying is, with Dak Prescott, I get it. Let me pull it up on the big screen. And I get it, man. I am legendary. Appreciate you. Just to be clear, it's not my ideal for Sanders. However, it's something I can see Jerry seeing the storylines with money with him being a Cowboys. Yeah, and I get that point of it, right? And Jerry got more days behind him than in front of him. But then again, Jerry may have a hookup with the creator, and he may outlive us all, right? But at the end of the day, I'm not finna set my team up. It's so crazy that I am awoke. He's even saying that Swayze is tripping, and he's an Eagles guy, right? There's Eagle fans and Giants fans that, man, don't do that, and they ain't saying it out of the thought track for the betterment of the Cowboys or for the less of the Cowboys. But you just don't do that, right? And if you're talking about if Shador falls in the 2nd or 3rd round, maybe you could take a flyer at him, But definitely not in the 1st round, But I get what most people are thinking. There are literally people think that we lose because of Dak Prescott. And granted, whatever side business that I got going on with Dak Prescott, I'm going to tell y'all, at the end of the day, it's not to the degree where I try to protect Dak Prescott to that point, because the information far as Dak Prescott capabilities of winning is truth in the pudding. If you have, regardless of who Dak Prescott is to you all, if you have run game with Dak Prescott, the brother is not losing games. He's not losing games. If you just look up the historical data, when we have run game with this particular quarterback, he wins games. It is easier to establish the fact that if you implement run game versus burning down the entirety of the house because you feel a certain type of way with Dak Prescott, it is easier. I'm telling y'all, just look it up. Look up his record. It's to the point that even Colin Cowherd, y'all remember the video that I chopped together, right? So it is easier. So most people think that when we lose games, oh man, y'all acting as if though Dak Prescott, we lost the game when the running back was running 90 yards or 100 yards or 150 yards. We didn't have that here. Yeah, so at the end of the day, I know it'll be easier to establish run game versus anything else. Yeah. So let me let the next caller on. I got from the 305, and then I have the 409 and the 754. Y'all let me know if y'all ready for me to go, because I know I've been live for a long time. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all want me to continue to live stream. We're in overtime. 305, you're live.
What's good, Ben Law? What's good?
No doubt, man. What's good with you, bro?
Keep your head up, man. Don't worry about that. You know, all that mess, man. You feel me?
No doubt, no doubt.
Don't worry about it. Hey, man, but shout out to Squares. He the only one who called him make sense, dog.
So now this would be 3 callers in a row. Lokes, Swayze, and now you.
You know, I ain't been called. I ain't called in a while now. You know, I've been letting this draft. You know,
what's going on, man? What's going on, man? So are you with the Shador? You drafting Shador with the 12th pick? Is that what you said?
No, you know, I've been saying that since.
No, you've been talking about getting rid of Parsons. Now you want.
Yeah, of course. Hey, listen. Parsons gonna get his money. We know that. We know Parsons gonna get his money. But, you mean to tell me you gonna sit there and not get your future quarterback if he falls to you or he get close to you? You're not gonna get your future quarterback? That what you mean to tell me?
All right, so
no first round pick is gonna help this team right now. No first round pick.
What do you mean? No zilch? So Genty won't help this team. Genty won't help this team.
You're gonna have to trade up to get Genty. So you can't have it both ways, I hear all these
Genty will be a day one starter. Amarion Hampton will be a day one starter. Matthew Golden or even Ibuka, he will be a day one starter. You can't tell me with the first 12 picks, none of these guys won't have a dynamic impact to the team. Come on, man. I can't roll with you on that 305.
Let's talk football, bro. Let's talk football.
All right, let's talk some football. All right, let's talk some logically speaking football. Come on, talk to me.
Matthew Golden, right?
Okay.
You're a football person, though.
Correct.
Do his speed match his film? Yes.
His speed matches the film that is better than Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Brooks, and as well as what we've seen out of Ryan North. I'm just trying to get better than that room. Yeah.
We gonna talk football. You say the war room is a war room, right?
The war room is a war room.
That's not even the deal.
All right.
Matthew Golden right there at 12. Shador right there at 12. Do Matthew Golden speed matches his tape? Yes or no?
Yes, because to this point right here, in Sarkisian's system, you do know that he don't attack vertically, right? He is a West Coast type of kind of caliber system. So he didn't really run Matthew Golden. And I don't even want Matthew Golden. You got me fighting for Matthew Golden like that. But at the end of the day, I would like Matthew Golden over the fact that if we draft a Shador, jeez.
Okay, so let's go to the other scenario.
Okay.
Genty at the 6th spot. Raiders say, hey, give us a third. And the next year third. And your 5th, you moving up to get Genty?
If I'm moving up to get Genty and they want this year 3rd and next year 3rd, and what else?
Let's say they want the 2nd or the 3rd. What you giving up? Is you giving up anything to go up get Genty right now? Yes or no?
If I'm moving up to get anything, I would try to figure out a way to finagle and finesse a player that's already on our team that they need, and maybe a 3rd round draft pick to sweeten the pot, and we'll work something else out for a conditional 2nd for next year draft or something like that. Because what I'm trying to do ultimately is get that verifiable guy that I know for sure behind his offensive line, behind Dak Prescott, and a CD Lamb. I know for sure we can get things moving. Yeah.
Law, you know damn well you're not going to give her the house to go get Genty.
Well, why would we draft Shador and expect someone else to give up the house to get him? Why is he falling to the 12th spot? Why is he falling?
You're not drafting Shador for this year. You're not drafting Shador for next year, Law. Why are you not thinking about the future?
Well, I am. I'm already paying. I'm already behind on my mortgage. Why will I buy another house? You still paying Dak Prescott $250 million.
Law.
You still paying him. let's do this. Let's do this from the 305. If y'all agree with the 305, put 305 in the chat. And if y'all agree with Law Nation, put 4 in the chat. And I got nothing but love for you. But there's
hey, you know your chat don't love me, Lord. Hey,
wait a minute.
Hey.
You got me wasting my breath over here if that's the case.
Hey, Lord, you don't give up on your future quarterback, Lord. Come on, bro. That's your Aaron Rodgers on the bench, Lord.
Who else doing this? Who else doing this? What other team will be? Look, not even I Am Awake is agreeing with you. He's an Eagles guy. But who else?
No, reason why the Eagles guys not gonna they're gonna be scared for the future.
Nobody's scared of Shador. What outstanding talent do Shador brings to the table that we already don't see? With the quarterback that you got now.
Wrong, Law. Y'all doing Baby Prime wrong.
Baby Prime.
Don't do Baby Prime like that, bro. Y'all doing him wrong, bro.
If we do that, then there's 11 other teams that doing it wrong. Hey, if Shador is as advertised, then why don't the 49ers? His daddy played for the 49ers. Why don't the 49ers pick him up instead of paying Brock Purdy $60 million? They got a real good situation right there. Why would they?
You gonna be scared if you go there, though.
No, I'll be like, okay.
You gonna be scared if you go there, though. If you go to the 49ers, we ain't gonna see after Dak Prescott.
That's where he should go.
After his contract, we ain't saying nothing.
That's where he should go. Instead of the 49ers paying $60 million to Brock Purdy, their savior can be Baby Prime. Come on with it, baby. But appreciate you for calling in 305. What else you got? I got to hear you say it, bro.
Man, how about them Cowboys, Lord, man? Keep your head up, man. Don't stress about that, man. You feel me?
No doubt, man. It's my guy for the 305, man. This is the only dude that I know he's been trying to get rid of. Now I'm thinking, man, you a Trojan horse over here.
Give me my theme music.
He trying to take all of our resources away from us, man. Now that I'm looking at it. Now that I'm looking at 305, you trying to get rid of Parsons, you trying to get rid of Dak Prescott, you trying to get rid of
Dread it.
If y'all love it, put love it. If y'all dread that conversation, put dread it.
Dread it.
Brother been trying to get rid of Parsons, Dak. He want to get rid of them all, man. Just put me out there, y'all. Just put me on the fly route. I won't be able to get off the line. So, CD, you're going to have to go to the X position or the Y. Put me at the Z. Put me at the Z because I definitely going to have problems getting off of that line. Yeah, they gonna put me in that stands right here. Yeah, and I'm like, Dak be like, yeah, here we go. Hey, man, what's wrong with that dude right there? He can't get off the LOS. Yes, indeed. From the 409, your live D-Shift, man. Talk to me, man.
Oh, what's good, Law?
What's good?
Man.
All is well.
Man, I'm a premise by saying, like, all right, yeah, I want to more or less start acquiring talent, right?
Right,
and
right.
get this team more talented, of course. But I actually don't, like, totally hate the last two callers' calls, bro.
You too? Shift, you want Shador?
But you know what? It ain't gonna happen. So that's why I ain't tripping about it. You know what I mean? And that's why I figured, because, you know, you think about it, like, what's Pettis and all these other guys getting picked that high? Shador's not falling past the 10th spot. Yeah. It's like a trend to just grab quarterbacks. So I don't think we'd have a chance to get Shador. But you got Mahomes, you got Rodgers. When they were all drafted, dog, they weren't like, they weren't those guys, and they sat. And but the money situation wise, that's bad too, right?
But let me just say this. Let me say this though, Shift. All right. Let me break down Aaron Rodgers. We had Brett Favre, and I'm talking about the Green Bay, right? And he was going through that transition of almost 1 foot in, 1 foot out. He was a hurt guy. But you got to understand that Mike McCarthy at the time, he was very, very hungry. He wasn't the full Mike McCarthy that we see as of today. And then when they groom Aaron Rodgers had a few things that he had to work on. Remember, people fail to realize Aaron Rodgers started off as a JUCO college, right? And then he went to Cal. Because of his lack of unorthodox throwing motion, his lack of feet setting, the ball was sailed and these sorts of things. So it was a perfect storm for Green Bay to get in with Aaron Rodgers, who fell in the draft. We passed up Aaron Rodgers, by the way, because we said, hey, we already had Tony Romo, right? So we didn't need to draft an Aaron Rodgers because he had so many things to correct. Now, you know how that butterfly effect works? If Aaron Rodgers came here and without the pedigree of Mike McCarthy being able to be the quarterback whisperer and him filling in the shoes and falling behind and learning from Brett Favre, I don't think Aaron Rodgers would be the Aaron Rodgers that we see to this day, right? But to fast forward, Schiff, the same thing literally happened with Mark. What's the guy name over there at the Chiefs? What's his name? Andy Reid. Smith. Yeah, Andy Reid.
Pat Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes sat on the bench while Alex Smith, who been continuously 11-5 over there, believe it or not. But by him doing that, they had a true program. There were no lot of Chiefs fans with the expectations of winning the Super Bowl every year. They was like, oh, we got this unproven, strong-arm quarterback out of Pat Mahomes. He can sit back and learn something. And they did just that. But anytime you draft a quarterback here, different set of circumstances, different shoes to fill in. This will be the first quarterback drafted in the first round since 1989. He will have to fill in the shoes of Troy Aikman, fill in the shoes of Roger Staubach, Tony Romo, and what Dak Prescott did his rookie year. Nobody will be giving him grace and mercy if he's drafted here because he'll be thrusted in. He got to be the starter because we drafted him in the first round.
Yeah, I just think it'd just be a hell of an insurance policy.
But it'd be a hell of a distraction too. It'd be a hell of a distraction.
Nah,
comes with it.
It would. Now, same token, like if Dak starts feeling some type of way and he feels like,
he will
get traded. You know, he waived his trade clause. Then all right, boom, you already still got to start. I feel like we're so far away, dog. Like, 'cause I even look at it like 2021 when we had weapons galore. I still say even if you got you a weapon, you still don't have the running back if you get the receiver. If you get the running back, you don't got the receivers. And then you don't have the defense. You down a corner, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, I take that back. You got a better defensive end situation than you had last year. Like and that's granted if freak stuff happens again where everybody gets hurt. That's kind of a slept on thing that people don't think about. Like how bad we were at defensive end, losing your second, third, and fourth defensive end by, you know what I mean? And then Micah got hurt a little bit. So, I mean, that's something I feel like we're gonna have like a way better situation. But I just feel like you're kind of far away. And Dax, he's not hurt guy, but he's getting older. You know what I'm saying? He's gotten hurt, and I don't want to look at it that way, but. Like, I know we need resources, but I wouldn't hate the pick is what I'm saying. I take the distractions that come with it, honestly.
Man, there's going to be a lot of distractions. Yeah, it'll be too many.
And he has that pedigree, you know what I mean? Like, so I trust pedigree at the end of the day. But, I figure, maybe if you want to get the run game better for Dak, bro, I don't see why we're not trying to get these trenches right. Maybe the offensive line coach, you know what I mean? He's going to be able to do a lot with it, but I still, you still need a great, you know what I mean, offensive line and trench game right there. And I think we're still a couple moves away.
Well,
that's all I got, bro.
Appreciate you, D Shift. Let me hear you say it, bro.
Yes, sir. Man, how about them Cowboys, bro?
All right. Man, y'all killing me, man. Y'all 4 callers in a row, Shador to the Cowboys, man. Jeez, y'all killing me, man.
Y'all killing me with this. I got y'all 30 years.
It's been 30 years, Yeah, 420 butterfly effect, you know what I'm saying? Oh, my gosh, man. Hey, man, that's wild, And I don't want to take away from Shador, and this is not me beating him up so that I can make my point look valid. No. Some people got him comped as Geno Smith. Some people got him comped Joe Burrows. You know, according to Michael Irvin, you know, he got him comped as Joe Burrows. I don't know. Some people, like Foots, don't even have him in his top 100, I believe. Something like that. Some crazy number that Foots got him at. But, man, I think, boy, I ain't going to say that. But, you know, it's one of those things where we got too many holes. We literally got too many holes to fill to be playing around with quarterback. And if the Cowboys didn't believe in Dak Prescott, then they should have never signed him for a quarter. Don't y'all know how much $250 million is? For you to say, all right, yeah, let me go ahead and buy another one, right, and get another one to develop for 4 or 5 years. Let's erase Dak Prescott off of this situation, right? Even if you draft Shador and he's tweak a knee, what's the first thing you're going to do? You're going to either trade for a new quarterback, right? You ain't going to just sit there and say, okay, let's salvage the season and see what Joe Milton can do. No, it don't work that way. Look, in life, there are things that give you definitive reasonings. And the Cowboys, just because you are moving, doesn't mean that you are moving gracefully. Did anybody ever read that spare tire? It says, do not travel over 50 miles per hour, nor travel more than 50 miles. It's on the spare tire, but nobody reads that. And if you try to build your team and organization over the spare tires, you ain't going nowhere. Because when the moment is necessary and it's time to handle all of their weight, it busts. Dak Prescott is not that spare tire. But we depending on everything with Dak Prescott as such. And that is the problem. If I can tell y'all to win games with this particular quarterback, you can't have him to do everything, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to have to play some sound defense and run the ball. Everything points in that direction. Everything. I want to win just like the next man. I've been following this team before Dak Prescott knew how to spell his name. Right? He's a young kid with a lot of money. But at the end of the day, you can't win games with just him. And the same thing with Shador. You can't win games with just Shador if we don't have run game. If we don't have another weapon outside of CeeDee Lamb, you will see the same thing. If you think I'm lying, what did Sanders do even in college? He couldn't get past BYU. Trip Hastings says 49ers had top 5 defense in Montana and Young. Yeah, they had weapons, man. They had Jerry Rice, for crying out loud. I got the 754 you're live on the nation brought to you by Frenkel and Frenkel, personal injury lawyers. You talk to me, bro.
Man, how about them Cowboys, Lord? This Dallas 92, man.
92, what's good with you, bro?
I'm going to say this. You got a bunch of disloyal fans over here that don't know football, talk a good talk, and think this John Madden and NCAA football 2025.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If it's a quarterback that they so interested in, Shador, to me, he don't fit the system for us.
Right.
He don't fit it. I think if you want to try to make a little statement and get a quarterback in a higher round outside the first, how about Jalen Monroe? Take a shot on him. You see what he ran in the 40. He remind me of a Jalen Hurts clone. That's what he remind me of, a Jalen Hurts clone. But what I'm saying is I wouldn't want to go that route anyway because he's not the problem. The problem is we have to build around Dak. Dak is our quarterback. Those people that's talking, they was around the early 2000s out of these diapers watching the Cowboys when Romo came along in 07, that crew, you know, and we've been disappointed ever since for us, 96, 95, but they've been disappointed since the Romo era up until this point. So they don't know what it feels like to see 3 Super Bowls. We saw 3 Super Bowls in our era. This era of Cowboy fans, you know, the younger generation, they don't know what it's like. So they just throwing darts and missing. Right now, if the formula is there, like you said, we get a running back that we take the ball out of Dak's hand. We know Dak, he ain't it when it come down to that. So what you do is you take the ball and give it to a running back, special back, and we pound the ball and we play great defense. That's how we're gonna do it with Dak. Yeah. That's the same thing what the Eagles did with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
But this Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts, he actually did what he had to do one time. And all it takes is one time. You mean to tell me Dak not better than Jalen Hurts? I don't care what nobody says. Dak is better than Jalen Hurts.
But here's what, and I love the argument, you know, Hurts versus Dak. And one can argue and say, oh, okay, Hurts been to 2 Super Bowls, won one, right? And he outperformed the quarterback twice. That's the team effort. But to say this right here, and this is the thing that has nothing to do with if I was a alien from out of the galaxy, right? From under the sea, basically. You know, that's where they really come from, right? If I come from under the sea, right? Under the sea, and I'm looking at 2 teams, right? And I'm sitting there saying, without any biasness, right? You can clearly see one team built around their quarterback, right? Another team took away from their quarterback, right? There's nothing. See, one pick's supposed to elevate the other, right? When Dak Prescott was drafted in 2016, I get all of that, right? He took the job away from Tony Romo because we went on a hot streak. But in 2017, that's not the draft that you can clearly say that it was built to protect your quarterback. When you draft Taco with your first pick, and then in 2018, you literally didn't draft in the mindset of protecting your quarterback to build your team because you went and drafted a Leighton Vander Esch. Yeah. So that's not pieces to build around your quarterback. And then in 2019, your first pick was a Tristan Hill. That's not a piece to build around your quarterback. In 2020, that's when you went and got a weapon for your quarterback. His name was C.D. Lamb in 2020. And how's that working out, by the way? You know, it's working out really good. Right. So, and if you go look at what the Eagles did opposed to what the Cowboys did, they built for Hurts. They didn't take away from Hurts. And the Cowboys continuing, the fan base continued to it's crazy why they can't see. It's like they don't have eyes and ears.
You know why they doing that, Law? Because they didn't trust. They never listen. We know there's those who got wisdom and understand football and favoritism. The truth is, we lucked up with Dak. I really don't believe in luck, but I'm just using that word. Right. We lucked up with Dak, and we lucked up with Tony Romo. So, in other words, with the Dak situation, we wasn't prepared mentally. Right. Because I'm gonna say Jerry wasn't prepared mentally because they had Romo there, and their eyes were set on Romo. Right. But Romo was getting hurt, and he couldn't stay upright. Right. So that team that they built, it was designed for Tony Romo, not Dak Prescott. Right. But they didn't see Romo. I mean, they didn't see Dak coming to take that spot. They were only prepared for Tony Romo. Yeah. So when Dak came, it was like, whoa, we might have something. Right. But then, like you said, instead of them totally dependent, they totally dependent on Dak and said, okay, we got something. Now let's go help the defense out. Well, really, you should have. That's like this. That's like having in the 90s. We're gonna use the 90s for example.
Come on, break it down.
That's like you said, okay, I got Emmitt Smith back here, but I don't have. Let's say I got Troy Aikman, but I don't have Emmitt back here. Right. Or I have Michael Irvin, but I don't have Alvin Harper.
Keep going. Yeah.
And I don't have Jay Novacek. Those were weapons. And we had Kevin Martin, by the way. We had multiple weapons. That's why the Cowboys, they feared us because we had multiple weapons. Facts. Okay? And then on top of that, our offensive line was dominant. Shoot, Larry Allen, y'all heard the story. He used to blow a goddamn train horn, and it's coming his way. Do something about it.
Yeah.
Couldn't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we got the pieces and stuff. But the thing is, we built around Troy Aikman. We built around Emmitt Smith, and we had a nucleus. And Michael Irvin, we built around them guys and kept adding and stacking. Then we went to the defense. Got a Darren Woodson. By the way, I ain't even ran a 4-3. 4-3, and it's a shame how they robbing that brother from the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's a shame.
He the one who basically, this is the type of football we got right now, basically because of him playing slot, cone and everything. But not to get off the subject.
Right.
What I'm saying is, that the Cowboys, this is the thing that bugs me about the Cowboys, is that we try to imitate everybody else and use everybody else's play scripts. But you know what the Eagles doing? They ain't nothing but using our playbook that we used to run in the 90s. We used to beat their ass all the time. Got a big offensive line, got a running back, and got 2 receivers or more to help out. They only taking the page for what we did. For all you Cowboys, young Cowboy fans out there, that's all the Eagles did. They took our playbook and they beating our ass with our playbook because we're trying to be like other teams instead of be ourselves and do the things that we did to win Super Bowls, like having a running back. Man, I go get Ashton Gentry right now. Whatever, go get him. Then we'll figure out a wide receiver in the second, third round, whatever. Go get Ashton Gentry. He want to be a Cowboy. He mirrors Emmitt Smith. He like not the older Emmitt. He like the 92, 93 Emmitt.
Yeah.
That's who he look like right now. Not the 95, 96 Emmitt. I'm talking about 92, 93 Emmitt.
Come on with
speed and drop that shoulder. That's who Jenny look like. If I'm Jerry, stop playing around. Talk to the Raiders. Hey, Raiders. Hell, Patriots. Damn the Raiders. Let's talk to the Patriots. Hey, Pates, what y'all want, Pats?
Yeah.
What y'all want, okay? We ain't finna wait for the phone to ring. No, we gonna call you. What y'all want, Pats? Hey, I'm willing to give up my first next year or my second next year to prove a point to go get the best one that's the second best player in the whole draft. The first best player is Travis Hunter. We know we ain't getting him. So let's go get Gentry.
Yeah.
Put him back there, play that. It ain't nothing like you want to play that really want to come to your team and play. He not coming to play around. That man want to win.
No
and
doubt,
it's a shame
man.
we wasted Ezekiel and Elliott. We wasted Zeke. We wasted Zeke, man. We wasted Zeke. We burned Zeke out.
Well, we did, man. But they didn't know. Look, before I let you go, the craziest thing of it all is that they didn't even know how to build around Ezekiel Elliott. That's the craziest thing. The same thing that we saw over there in Detroit land when you had a Jahmyr Gibbs.
We had Pollard.
Hold on. Jahmyr Gibbs and what's the other guy name? It's tip of my tongue.
Jahmyr Gibbs
and Montgomery. Montgomery. They wouldn't be able to hold a candle to Zeke and Tony. But guess what?
Yeah.
But the only problem is that you had a coordinator who had Crayolas who were learning on the job that didn't know how to utilize the two. And instead it drew a wedge. You had even that year. Team Zeke and Team Tony Pollard. Zeke ain't this, Tony Pollard's this. Tony Pollard ain't this, and Zeke is this. And you had a natural divide from your front office on your running back. Instead of them two being together, it was like, Zeke, we're going to run him to the ground until he can't do nothing else. And now we put in a cold Tony Pollard. And he gets in there and fumble the ball. Or he gets in there and run into the back of players because he's not even loose enough, right? And that is the problem with the Cowboys, and that's a problem with not being able to have a plan. I still love my team, but I got to tell the truth. I appreciate you so much. Let me hear you say it, bro.
Man, how about them Cowboys haters?
About them, man. That's my guy, Cowboy 1992. It's been a great show all together, y'all. And without a plan of actions, you will be forever fumbling around. A double-minded person is what in all thy ways? Y'all can put that down in the chat. A double-minded person. But I'm also going to tell y'all this, and it's not trying to make, somebody say crayons, TJ. And shout out to the very much so, the guy that called plays. He lifted up a Lombardi trophy last year, and his name is Kellen Moore. But you got to understand, he cut his teeth with the Cowboys, learning on the job, right? And I'm going to tell y'all this, man. We haven't seen this number since, I believe, Dave Campo, 2005, or it could have been 2004. Yeah, Iceberg Q says the year after each playoff loss, we let players go. You ain't lying. Who we? We haven't had this. Let me see if I can pull it up. Boom. I am awake. Name me that team. Name that team that got those type of things. Let me know what wins championships too. Let me know what wins championships. And I hate bringing this team up, but I am awake that's in the chat. I know he can put the name of that team in the chat. Just put the name of that team. And y'all, I love y'all to the stars and back. Y'all can call me delusional. Y'all can call me weird. I've been called amateur. You know what I'm saying? I've been called all types of names left and right. But I ask you guys, when was the last time the Cowboys finished in the last 10 years with the number one defense? In the last 15 years with the number one defense? In the last 20 years with the number one defense? When? Come on with it. Name that team. Lewis, man. He said luck win championships. No, shoot. I need that luck. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I need that luck, baby. They say better be lucky than good. That's the team right there. Points allowed second, 303. When was the last time we finished out collectively? I ain't talking about turnovers and takeaways. Fresh King, appreciate you, bro. So give us that and see where this team gonna be at. Y'all literally acting as if though we had the number one defense in the National Football League, and the quarterback that's under center with the 4 on his chest and back is the reason why we lost the game when we had the number one defense cooking and rolling. Look it up, and I don't have to go back and forth. You know, Shay. Hats off to him. I hate to say that, literally. I literally sent my hat to LB, Lord Brunson, you know, that the Eagles had. I can't stand it. But the reality of it, ladies and gentlemen, you ain't gonna win that way, shoot. Appreciate everybody. It's not our fault. I know it's not the Eagles' fault. But what I'm getting at is that the fact that the truth and the truth shall set you all free, Cowboy fans. And if I offended anyone today, charge it to my head, not my heart. There will be a draft party on Thursday. For let those who can attend physically. We'll be in Arlington, a few miles away from the stadium. Shout out to Wicks for giving us the platform to be able to speak on. Shout out to all of the special guests and beyond. And I know for sure, if just one person pop in and jump in, that's a blessing, right? And if we have 100 folks, that would be a blessing. 400, 1,000. Whoever, let those who have ears hear. D'Angelo says, appreciate you for gifting the member. Appreciate you. Thank you all for your gift. Thank you all for your support. It's unbelievable, man. And I love y'all to the stars and back. The Cowboys hosting Alabama. Oh, Lord. We're going to have to talk about this one. Okay, hold on. Let me. We got some news updated that they are bringing in one of, I think, Boss Cowboys sports people. Bear with me. and I believe Vach and a whole bunch of other guys that like this side of the conversational pool. Hold on, boy. Yeah. Shout out to my guy, Defy Talk. He says the Cowboys are hosting Alabama. Roll Tide. Tyler Booker to the 30th visit per Calvin Watkins.
Damn!
We'll be the O-line, boys.
Dread it, run from it. Destiny arrives all the same.
Oh my goodness.
And now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
We're going to have to talk about this one. We're going to have to talk about this one. And he's a dog. I ain't going to even hate that, you know. But what we going to do with 18 offensive linemen, man? Let's be real with this. Oh, my God. What we going to do with the 18 offensive linemen, man? But my whole point of all of this, ladies and gentlemen, is my biggest mistake, and I don't live with regret, is trust. Trust is a very, very cycling thing. It is. And as the music in the background reverends the heart and minds of the people, it takes 1,000 years to build trust and 1 second to lose it all. I like what one caller said, that there's a Judas in everyone's camp. But to be meek and to be understanding, to accept those who are willing to stab you in the heart or the back and lie upon the name of Law Nation, knowingly that even Judas was a disciple. And the grand creator, son, even washed and wiped his feet, knowing that he too will be stabbed in the back with the butter knife. How many of those who's watching right now been stabbed in the back with the butter knife? How many of those who say I'll rock with you, roll with you, but the whole time they sitting their camps to take the things that you work for, to sully and denigrate your name? How many? They say these things, that out of the nights that cover me, black as a pit from pole to pole, I thank God for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutches of circumstances, I have not winced nor cried out loud. Pay attention to the word crying out loud. I'm not here to sway the minds and to change the opinions of those. Write this down. I'm not here to be crying and say this is what the people are doing to me, because the ground that I walk on is blessed by the Creator. In some places, my feet don't have to touch the ground to be blessed, because of the work that we put in to build this particular framework. On top of that, it's hard to see the picture when you are in the frame. Measure a man not by his words, but by his actions. And you can see the actions of law. You can see the reverence of law. You can see the movements of law. You can see the results of law. You can see the movement of law. You can see the impact of law. Regardless, there are those who's Minnesota Vikings fans that we've been dealing with to help elevate their platform. There are those of the likes of a Mike Fisher.
Caro $5.
Come on with it, that we elevated his
Eagles
platform.
#1 defense and second-rank rushing attack.
That's crazy. We can like, for those who don't know, who was the original creator of 105.3 The Fan YouTube page that you guys are getting ingredients from. Is from Law. They reached out to me first. So you can come home and talk about this and talk about that. But Law Nation has put more food and money on the table than probably anyone that's out here. And I don't look for the shine. You know, the craziest thing of it all, when we start talking about greater light and lesser light, and we start talking about the things we have done, there are other content creators that y'all love, the Lord Brunsons of the world, for the Eagle community, that they reached out to. Washington Commanders content creator that they done reached out to. The Giants, Chargers, Packers, they all been touched by Law Nation hands of approval. So at the end of the day, there will be many that will be seek to say lies about you. There will be many that will go onto the highest of the hills to take down what you've been doing, to excoriate, cast aspersions upon. But the realest person that walking in anybody's room, for y'all to eat upon even the content creations from my guy Voch Lombardi. He never thought about doing Cowboys community stuff. But I told him, since you are a Cowboy fan, let's get this out of the mud. You wouldn't have Voch if it wasn't for the nation. Shout out to my guy Voch Lombardi. You wouldn't have Skywalker still if it wasn't for Law Nation. And shout out to my guy Big Game James. So the work is done. Just like Rome and just like J Tuck. The lands that we are able to walk upon, the rooms that we are able to go through, the doorways of validation that I'm not seeking. Write this down. Validation is only good for parking. And I will say this to any man, face or no face. It's all about your mindset on elevation. And if you think I'm lying, how many got Brian Schottenheimer number in their phones? How many got Matt Eberflus in their phone? How many got Steve Simcoe, who said he's been following the show for over 2 years, in their phone? How many? This past weekend, we hanging out with Donovan Wilson that nobody even know about, and we are talking behind the scenes. How many? We are rolling with Dak Prescott, got some deals that's going on. And how many of you guys even know that every time, this is the craziest thing of it all, I don't even talk about this, but every time your brother from another mother, don't look like Danny Glover, plays this drop,
Here we go! Here we go! Here we go!
every time y'all hear that, because I was one of the first original people to clip that particular voice and send it over to the producer. Every time someone play,
Here we go!
every time someone plays that, Law Nation gets some points off of that, some coins. You see, a lot of things, a lot of people playing checkers, I'm playing chess. How many of you all know?
Here we go! Here we go! Here we go!
It's all about thinking of the next move and not where the current move. So let's play it again.
Here we go! Here we go! Here we go!
My name is my name. I will protect it and defend it to the edge of the earth. And my team, whether it's Frenkel and Frenkel, or the others, they don't miss no shots when you're messing with the nation. So be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to come with all of your armor, all of your artillery, because when you have the countenance of the blessings from the grand creator, the Most High, nothing can stop the motion that's in the motion. But let me tell you something. For those who yelps because of the brick of truth hits, write this news down. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdy and cheap. If life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither the cold or the poverty or the famish or fame or the sickness of your body or brain can turn you all away from the things you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, yes, as Law Mother Nation, stand tall or not at all, because thou shalt decree a thing and it shall be established. Stand with me, let's get it one way or another.
Here we go.
In the words of Prime Time, for your mind.
Give me my theme music.
Yeah, come on with it.
Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same.
Now go run, tell that.
Now it's here.
Come on with it.
I say,
I am.
Take the money out, all of it.
I wake up,
Law
down that
Nation.
No drip this.
Come on.
Tell them run it up.
Come
no
on with
sleep,
it.
No rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up.
Come on.
Down that
Yeah.
No drip this. Tell them run
Let's
it
get
up.
it.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might
And
but first I stretch. Tell them
roll
run it up.
those credits.
To a savage,
come
now
on
my
with
baby
it.
Wants to hold me.
Come on with it.
I love my fans, don't need no friends. I got my homies.
Got my homies, baby.
Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me.
Don't zone me, baby.
But one up on that court, I'll make me great.
He ain't lying.
The first one in, the last one out, can't call me late.
Can't call Law lazy.
I was sending an invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Law Nation, the best, baby.
I wake up, flex, thumb down that check. No drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up,
Law.
thumb down that check.
Come on.
No drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up.
Run me that check.
Take that trip way out to Europe.
Come on.
Call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys
come
don't
on.
come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they're getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games.
Don't play them
Made some
games,
bad
baby.
Decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I
Tony, God done favor me too much to have beef with anybody.
I wake up,
come on.
Thumb down that check. No drip this. Tell them run it on.
Come on.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it on.
Come on.
I wake up, thumb down that check. No drip this.
Emotional damage.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it on.
I cannot believe it. Oh. Greetings, Your Highness.
No doubt, no doubt.
Man, there you go.
So where you coming from?
Freeport, Grand Bahama, man.
And
The
you watch
Bahamas.
Law Nation from the Bahamas?
Oh yes, I watch that every day. My son will tell me, say, man, you watch this every minute of your life. I watch Law Nation every day. I was every moment.
Every moment.
Every moment, Lord. Yes.
So how did you feel when you ran into Law Nation at
Man, it make my day today. For me to have my hand and Law Nation hand.
Let's go,
We're
man.
talking.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, that's make my day.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, yeah.
I told y'all this happens. So sometimes you gotta get this experience. I told y'all every time I'm with Law Nation, like literally every time you go see this happen. The #1 independent YouTube in the world is my boy Law Nation.
Hey, Law, how does it feel when you see fans come from across the world to see you?
Well, I feel great, man. It's a wonderful feeling to know that my families are on all corners of the world, man. That's good, man. I know I got a home in Bahamas.
Oh,
man.
yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Where's that flag?
Right here, look at baby.
Yeah, man. You gotta show them, man. They came down.
I'm sorry.
Dallas Cowboys are worldwide.
There you go.
I want to tell y'all this. It's a worldwide team. The America's team, that was 30 years ago.
Oh, yes.
World team.
This is the world team.
That's right.
So thank y'all for definitely coming out, man.
I am happy. I'm standing on Law Nation present today because when I watch this program, people think I'm crazy. Law Nation.
That's what's up, man. This made my day. I love it.
Made my day, man, all the way. I'm trying to hold back. Let's get it. Baby, let I use this music to calm me down just a little bit because, all right. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Some people are only germane to YouTube, and there's no offense to that. But we are located here on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. Not to flex on them, but we get checks from all of those locations. Amazon, Roku. The presence is the presence. And you. I don't have to have Cowboys in my name. It is Law Nation Sports. Keep looking. We on OnlyFans too. Don't let the street lights hit you. And Law can drive any of those vehicles that you watching because favorite.
I'll follow wherever you go, whatever you do.
I love that.
And another one. Finding you was the one I lost. 7 wonders all in one. All in one. Don't let the street lights hit you all alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone. Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Don't let the street lights hit you. Could I be on play it too? I follow wherever you go, whatever you do. Play it too. If a paper crane can fly, then really doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
No doubt. One love. DC for life. If we offended anyone, charge it to my beard, not my heart.
Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me.
And they understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors.
Y'all use the check on me. Listen. I'm still involved.
Until next time, DC for life. Much love to you, Ice Cold. We love you too. And the invisible cream. Boy, Jerry Joe. Jerry! Put that salt down, Jerry. Jerry!
What's your point?
Jerry, put that salt down, man. On that McGriddle. He better be some Himalaya salt. Until next time, DC for life. Shout out to you, Rico, T-Jack, and everyone else that's listening. Peace. Shout out to you, Gina, with the G and the J, both of y'all.